Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Omniverse Chronicles episode 5 of iHunt. Um, Last week we kind of ripped a hole in reality.
Like,
Oops.
kind of, though.
Our
I
bad.
I feel like there's not really any major announcement right now that we need to talk about other than that. So I think we're just gonna instantly hand it off to Philomena to let us know about this wonderful new development in our lives.
All right, fantastic. Well, welcome back, everybody. Good to see everybody once again. So we're into episode 5 of this particular season of iHunt, and I'm so excited that we've ripped a hole in reality because that's my jam. That's my favorite stuff. Um, but before we go leaping into liminal spaces and finding what lives between, I want to talk about what happened last week. And because iHunt is a game that's very high millennial energy, we're hoping that in 10 years the game will be obsolete and we'll have to rewrite it entirely because culturally it will make no more sense. That's a goal,
Dare to
not a
dream.
mistake. Yeah. So we do selfies when we describe strong memories from the episode before, or the moments before. So I would love if you all would take a moment and tell me what's your selfie from last week and like kind of what it ties into, what happened last week that connects to that selfie. Who wants to go first?
So my selfie is just me with this red like burn around my eyes from where I channeled my elemental energy in a new way. I shot heat rays out of my eyes, and the selfie is titled. This is the S. It stands for lasers.
Nice. Very, very good. What were you shooting those at? I'm just curious.
I was shooting them at a naked cultist that had a giant inky tentacle coming out of his head.
That's right. That sounds about right. Very, very good. Okay, who's next?
Speaking of inky tentacle cultists, I was prepared to kick a lot of ass last episode. I have inadvertently turned into the party tank a little bit, and so including an entire training montage of me practicing my 1v5 fight against these cultists. And so I think my
Right.
selfie is just a picture of me with my machete ready to go, and the caption is, of course, since I'm a theater nerd, though she be but little.
I love
Beautiful.
it.
Very good.
Superb.
Okay, who's next?
So I think, I'm not sure yet, but I think I may be responsible for forcing us to watch a cursed videotape.
Oops.
I don't know though. I think it's probably fine. But I'm not sure. So we watched this tape and then we immediately got like a weird glitched message and got a job. Doesn't seem to be related, but it does. I don't know. Yeah. So either way, I'm responsible for that, I think. So I'm calling my selfie video might kill the iHunt star.
Very, very good. I like that a lot. Very good.
Excellent. Mine was the plan that I had put together while all of the cultists were downstairs preparing to do a ritual, and before they realized that we had already sabotaged it, I had worked out a plan to take a bunch of the pews that were in this church that we were hiding in and create kind of a path that they had to follow, so I could kind of corral them where I needed them to go to end up in a circle of oil that I then lit on fire. So I think it's me hiding behind a different pew, like looking into this, like down the barrel of this chute that I had made for them with a lighter, and it's called Right Where I Want You.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice.
I love it.
I would have lost money on that, Megan. I would have guessed it was going to be they're flocking this way.
Oh, Tass! Damn it! Why didn't you pitch that?
They do move in
I
herds.
didn't know.
Two moving herds. That's very good.
Love it. Little bronco busting between friends. It's good.
Oh.
All right. So where does that leave us? That leaves us standing in an abandoned church. The area that's behind kind of the where the priests go and say holy things. Boy, above the tabernacle and all that sort of thing, there's a vestibule where there was an organ. That's gone now, I believe. You guys blew that up, I think, or burnt it down or something fun. You're all a little bit ragged and you've been, faced with the horrors of both a weird cult orgy and the general violence of outsider horror. And there's a hole. It wasn't there before, and it will be gone later, hopefully. But it is it's as if the floor, the wooden floor, the decaying, rotten wooden floor, had kind of curled back unnaturally to reveal underneath a gray space, just grayness, nothing else. And as you're kind of standing there looking at it, because it was the direct result of all of the cultists being communally murdered by both you and each other, you hear a sort of deep, very warm, almost too warm voice call from the space and say, "Enter. You are welcome here. No harm will come to you. Enter."
Are we believing this?
Are you?
I don't know, Tass. We can't make insight checks in real life. What do you think?
Do I have any knowledge of this already? Like, is there any precedent for this of like something I might have studied?
Let's find out. Why don't you give me an overcome with your occultist? And let's say I want to see better than 2 on that.
Better than 2. Okay.
You can do it.
This is not everyday stuff.
I believe in
Yeah.
you. Don't trick us into a hole now, too.
That is just barely better than 2. That's a 3.
Hey, that's better than 2. So, there's our reality and then there are other places, and sometimes spooky monsters come from other places. Sometimes, you guys have dealt with a demon. So, you've read up a little bit about demons, and you know that like there's kind of a scale. Sometimes they're just like evil, unbelievably monstrous, we're here to ruin everything. And sometimes they're just beings with a different set of rules. And the kind of the only thing that's true between all sorts of demons, that at least from your research, is that they have a set of rules and they have to follow that set of rules. So your gut there is that if they're saying to you, no harm will come if you enter, that might be a part of their rule set.
I think it's okay.
Oh boy.
Like some things are so outside of how we work that I don't know how to say it. You see a red barn, it's a red barn. This is sort of that in a different context. It has said this because it can only say this. This is how it works. I'm pretty sure.
So this isn't like I am 2 doors and one of us can only tell truths, and one of us can only tell lies.
Yeah, I don't. That is not the feeling I'm getting here.
I mean, my first thought is it technically true? Is it no harm will come to us, but like we can't come back? Like what does harm mean in this? That's the stuff that worries me.
My mind just shot into about 3 different directions, the primary direction of which being that intent from something from other, like that thing didn't just talk English to us, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? Like this is other, and intent is intrinsic to communication. If it's a thing that we would think would harm us, then the intent would probably give us not coming back is harm to us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it might have been just the way you phrased and worded that made me trust it more, because it was very good job.
Thank you.
But yeah, I don't
I'll give
know.
you a little freebie here. Oh, sorry, the little freebie here. The communication from whatever it was within was not a clear language like Tass suggested, and it's distinctly not the blasphemous tongue that the
Yeah.
cultists were spouting.
Oh.
Honestly, more than anything, I'm so curious.
I'm
Yeah.
a little
I wanna
curious
know.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it might make good filler for future episodes.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
I wonder, can we like set a phone to record and pass it through first and pull it back and see what happens?
I'm even just gonna set one out here so like someone finds it if we don't come out.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
smart.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will set my phone down and kind of angle it at the hole in nothing and everything, and let it record.
All right.
All right,
Well,
babies, are we all just holding hands and jumping in, or what are we doing?
I'm the one that's staking a gut feeling on this. I'm happy to go first.
Well, I mean, you go first, and like, unless you like burn up on entry or something, there's no reason we won't follow. So, like, let's just go. Let's do it. Let's go.
Well,
Let's just,
I think that
I think
Tass
it's
brings up a
should-
valid point. What if he does burst into flames? Let's
Yeah.
not all go at the same time.
so like,
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna just let Tass go in first.
Listen, and I go in.
I follow him.
I follow him.
I pause
Not
a
even
second.
waiting for the burning.
Do they just vanish when they go through?
Yes.
Fuck. Then I will jump in.
All right, cool. So it's for those of you as you go through, the interesting thing is it's like have you ever been in an elevator that went down too fast and your stomach
Uh-huh.
kind of went in the weird direction? So imagine if you were on an elevator that was going in all directions at the same time and your stomach was flip-flopping in all directions at once. It's not pleasant, but it's not painful. Like you don't feel as though your flesh is rendered from your bone or anything dramatic like that. It's just real weird. And your body tells you, we should not have done that. But, your brain wins. And if you want to take a look at that spooky plane of existence that I put on the Jamboard,
I love it.
Mhm.
Oh,
there is a gray nothingness all around you. It is strangely placid. It's quiet. It's still. And it doesn't feel adversarial to you. It doesn't feel like you shouldn't exist here, but it does feel like you don't belong here, if that makes any sense. So let's talk about the area. There's nothing here other than the ground that you're standing on and these strange kind of plant things that are growing up along vines. You see nothing in all directions. As far as the eye can see, there is only the ground and then fading into gray nothing.
hello. We just want to borrow some brown sugar.
As if in response to Tass's request for hellos, you hear a very distant fluting sound, like a parade, but only flutes and very, very, very far away, and not in any specific direction. You just know you are here, and the sound is elsewhere.
Oh.
This is spooky. So spooky.
I
You
have
guys
never
hear
in
this?
my life been happier. Never. Never.
I'm glad that you're having a good time, Tass.
That's the spirit.
He's a
You
huge
guys
flute
hear
fan.
this, right?
The
Yeah.
flutes? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Is it getting closer? Where is it? I don't
I
see
don't
it.
even know which direction it is to tell you if it's getting
I
closer.
can't even tell direction here. Everywhere I look looks the same.
Okay, hear me out. Perception is also intent. What are you trying to perceive? I want to be closer to this sound.
Okay.
I don't know how to
Alright.
manifest this, but this is what, I want to be closer to it.
All right. Tass is gone.
Oh my god!
No.
I want to be with Tass.
You're with Tass.
Where did Rev go? Kim, don't leave me.
Megan?
I grab her. I grab her hand.
Okay. I'm gonna count to 3 and we're both gonna say flutes, okay? 1, 2, 3. Flutes!
All right, very cool. The four of you, sorry.
They just
Not
have,
the three.
have, have, have one.
We just need to have a flute.
You will
Shit!
turn into flutes and fall to the ground.
You are standing at the foot of a ziggurat, which is like a kind of giant spiral, and it's not of any like stone or metal that you're familiar with. It seems to rise up out of the ground, built by no one, but clearly built with intention. And from within the ziggurat, you can hear the fluting, and it must be on like 14, 15 stories above you.
Oh my
You two can't just spontaneously disappear
What is
like
the
that.
matter with you?
Hey, if you wouldn't have appeared in a couple of minutes and it figured it out, I would have come back to you.
The Jamboree scared the shit out of me.
Yep.
Something on cloven foot takes 3 steps out of the shadow of the ziggurat. Perhaps it emerged from an entrance. It's hard to tell. It's too dark. But even though it is standing in front of you and you know that you should theoretically be able to perceive it, what it is unknown to you and so alien that you can only really process it in vague terms. You see horns, perhaps because you were expecting horns. You see cloven feet, perhaps because you assume that it should be a cloven footed thing. It is massive. Its musculature is defined. It breathes power, but not malice. And as it kind of steps a little bit closer to the 4 of you, it seems curious by the tilt of its head. You're very brave.
Brave. Yes.
Hello. Hi.
I'm trying to seem like I'm prepared for this to go south, and I'm holding the machete in my hand, but it's just shaking so violently.
I feel like I'm just thinking of like Pan's Labyrinth right now. Like
And,
that's what's in my head.
For what it's worth, Megan, as you sort of think about Pan's Labyrinth, the thing seems to be a little bit more like the monster from that than it was before.
Do I notice that shift? Or do I just... Okay.
Most of your kind, if had given that invitation, would have fled. There is something different.
Brave is a very kind way to put it. Curious. To a fault, some might say.
Curiosity is the most attractive aspect of humanity.
I think we would agree.
Yeah.
I think I start thinking more of Pan from Pan's Labyrinth, but I'm thinking of him as like a different color. I'm kind of testing this. Like, am I doing this?
It seems like you experience it in shades between what it might be and what your memory and your mind tells you it should be. So there's a shift in color, but it's not strong, and it's still distinctly not the creature from Pan's Labyrinth, but it's easier for you to process it as that, and so thus you do.
Okay. Are you changing what you appear to be based on what we're thinking, or are we just perceiving you different on our own?
This place is impossible for your human minds to process, and so you interpret it. Some cultures interpret this place as a fairyland, and so they will see those things here, brambles and fae and that sort of thing. Some people will see this as a shade of hell, and so there will be flames and fire. You came in here with a slightly open mind, and so the place is what? Blank to you?
I think about
Yeah.
Stegosaurus.
Pretty blank, yeah.
You think about what?
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
I want to see, is this straight up a like this will be whatever we think it is, or is it like a is it like a weird, like there may be maybe a Stegosaurus here, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to kind of test the limits of like how much can we really sculpt this place, like from our perception.
You can't control the change so much, but it's more a matter of like your folklore, your mythology, your worldview, your media intake will influence how you're interpreting.
Okay, neat.
That
And he kind of
wild.
comes over and he crouches down so that he can be closer to eye level with Tass,
Hmm.
right in front of Tass, and he extends a long, like, kind of wicked claw in his direction. You came first. You talked them all into this, didn't you?
Technically, yes. Yes, I suppose.
That's delightful. Why?
Well, you said courage, but I read an interesting breakdown of a lot of values and how they're technically sort of a lack of self-preservation based on fears and other things. What I'm trying to say is curiosity is my virtue.
Hmm. I like that. And he kind of moves around and he kind of sniffs, and you get the impression that he has very large nostrils, but again, the face is very vague. But he's definitely sniffing the air near Rev. You've the taint of magic on you.
Yes.
Is that the word? Not taint, scent. Why? What do you dabble in, wizard?
I have studied how to manipulate wind and fire so far. Fire's pretty new, actually. I rub at the marks under my eyes.
You've harmed your shell.
Yes, fire is destructive to us, and I wasn't prepared when it seemed to emit from me.
Ah. I've heard of such things. You're fragile. Your bodies are delicate. It's sweet. Uh, magic is from here. It is from your world as well, but it's from here. And for you to utilize it, you will need tools, symbols, metaphors. If you can use these tools to focus that magic, you will do less harm to your delicate little body.
Oh, so okay. And I like just start thinking about all of the books and the folklore about like, oh yeah, you need to have wands and a staff and all this stuff that I think wherever I learned this was like, oh, that's malarkey. You just have to, you just have to concentrate.
Mm.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Mm.
May I
And then
ask?
kind of,
Oh, sorry.
go, please ask.
May I ask, why was this invitation offered?
Curiosity.
Hey.
What those cultists do when they do their work is that they punch a hole straight through your world, straight through this world, straight through other worlds, and into the space between realities. It's a bother, it's a frustration. It disrupts the natural order, and it annoys those of us who exist here naturally. I was curious as to the sorts of people who would stand up and try to destroy those who would make such a mess of all of our realities together. And I see that my curiosity has paid off. You are interesting for humans.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Little backhanded, but still, thanks. Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to actively disdain you. You understand? It's like, what are the small beings that you have that are covered in fur?
Like a pet?
Yes, yes. You talk to your pet, of course, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes the conversations are interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a bird that can say donkey.
Nice.
He doesn't quite process that, you think, maybe? What will you do with the knowledge of this other world now that you've seen it firsthand?
I hadn't thought that far. Hmm.
I'm
I
oh sorry.
please.
My first impulse is to make sure no one comes here accidentally, or as you said, punches through it to
Ah.
get somewhere else.
Ah. Well, accidental occurrences happen. There are places where the wall is very thin between, of course. And there are natural places where one can cross from one side to the other, and it's not so harmful. You need to patch up the hole that has been punched through. I can give you very little guidance as to it because my knowledge of your world is limited to curiosity. But I can offer you this. Take a token of me with you to the other side. A small thing. A vague connection for me to your world. And when you come across the materials or the things that you need in order to patch that hole, the token will alert you, let's say.
Okay.
Sure.
We know a lady who might be able to help us a little bit.
Excellent. And as he kind of gestures like this, the whole hand falls off
Oh God.
and hits the ground.
Ah!
I'll pick up the hand.
Very good. He nods. It nods, I suppose, and says, "Good. You may go."
That's a large token.
Hey, what should we call you? Is there like
My name cannot be spoken by your tongue.
Do you have a nickname?
Do you have a nickname you're like super fond of, or if you want us to name you, it might be something really silly.
Yeah, don't want you to be we don't want you to feel bad if we call you something that you don't want to be called.
I am difficult to offend.
I mean, based on I think what we've done here accidentally, how about just Pan?
Oh, I like that.
As you like.
Oh, okay.
How do we get out of here?
I think you already know.
Yeah, I think I want to be back at the Rift.
Okay, and he's gone.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Okay. I guess put the hand in my backpack. This is a thing to carry around, I guess. I don't know what I expected, a token of me, but just throw it in the bag. Let's go.
And I do.
So I mean, like, are you gonna be cool with one hand? Does
He
it grow back?
He lifts his stump and the hand is already returned.
What?
Oh, I look in my backpack and make sure that the other hand is still in there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, it's like those lizards that like
Pan,
drop their
that's
tails and then they grow
amazing.
another tail.
Technically speaking, I don't think he has hands.
Then what are we taking back?
It's, you know,
The less you think about it, the better, my dear.
that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I'm just glad that you are not going to be like one-handed now. Like I feel like we could have taken something less intrusive, but it doesn't matter because you grew it back. But we'll do the thing. We'll try our best. Thank you.
Your bottomless compassion is very strange. But
Megan
attractive.
has love forever. Yes, she is that.
Sorry. Cool. We're gonna go.
Call to me anytime you want, and I will come for you.
What the fuck does that mean? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, it was definitely looking at Megan when it said that too, just to be clear.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Thanks, Pan. Thank you. We're gonna do the thing that we said we would do to help you. I think it's to Rev.
Okay, yeah, you're too Rev.
I'll look back up at him. Seriously, I can't. Thank you. I can't. This is all of my dreams. Joy, information, curiosity. Rev now, and I gotta go.
That was almost a moment. Kim, are you
Seriously.
still standing there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Seems like you had moments with my three friends, and then you and I just kind of existed in the same. You didn't really talk to me. That's just fine. I was just wondering, is it something that I did or thought or?
Or maybe I was hoping a moment alone with you.
Okay. Here
Beauty
I am.
like yours is once in a lifetime. Preserve it. I would suggest vampires, but whatever options you take.
I definitely missed the first part of that sentence because I was talking over you, Pan. What about me is once in a lifetime?
Beauty like yours.
Oh. Pan.
Is
Thank you.
Kim again thinking about using the wish to get a Dorian Gray painting?
I think I appear next to Kim. Hey, we have a quest. We have an actual quest.
He said I was really pretty.
He's not wrong, but there's a quest now.
Okay.
And then I vanish again.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, to Rev.
Okay. And because intent does super matter in these circumstances, that you get to and then kind of through, and you're standing again in the area.
I'll run over and check the phone, like see what it looked like, or if it did.
Nothing. It recorded nothing but a black hole in it did not record the other space.
So it's just us like jumping into nothing and then coming out of nothing.
Yep.
Great.
And the camera glitches too, so it looks yeah.
Wow. I feel like that went as well as it possibly could have gone.
It definitely could have gone worse.
Oh, yes.
That's for sure.
Oh, yes.
It started off awful, but it got better than I feared.
If we're cursed, I don't even care because that was so cool.
Tass, I thought Pam was gonna.
He's so happy.
I thought Pam was gonna like adopt you or something.
I hope. Do you think after we've?
I imagine that something of the endless unknown is more than willing to have a servant or a pet, I guess, as they said.
It's all I've ever wanted.
And guys, this is where cultists come from, just so we all are clear.
Oh no.
What's
Well, luckily we know where there are some openings.
We know where there's some robes.
What's Creed say in the office? You make more money as a leader, but you have more fun as a follower.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to look in the bag. I want to look at the hand.
It is a gnarled hand of some kind of flesh that doesn't look like anything you can process. Here it is real, and it stays a blackened color. It's whatever it is solid here.
I just hold the bag and I look in there and I was like, oh, it's still here. It's a gross hand. It's like a mummy hand.
Do you have any little baggies or anything we can maybe put that in so it's not just loose rattling around in your backpack?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it when we get home. He said when we get close to the things we need, it'll alert us. What's it gonna do? Snap?
Maybe glow.
Maybe
Grow the rest of them.
I mean, okay, so they said oh God, I couldn't even figure out what I couldn't hear the words properly in my head because it was just I was scared. But I think they said something like, if I call for them, they'll come.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what was said?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think it means you have a friend. I don't know.
But to do what?
Just hang out? I don't know.
Maybe a moment of need or
Is this I'll show up and destroy things for you, or it's we'll come over and play Xbox? What? I don't know.
These controllers are far too small.
Probably if we really need him, then he could show up. He said I was really pretty.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I know, but it's nice to hear.
Good.
Megan, again, this is all about what, the core of what you're thinking and what you convey. And what you conveyed to Pan was that compassion. So, I think if you're serving that compassion, whatever it is that you need a hand with, oh, well.
You.
Inside the bag, you hear the sound of one hand clapping. And we all lose our minds over the sound.
Or reach enlightenment, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That was the connection. That was the laser focus on you.
Okay, well, I guess I'll keep that in mind. I hope it's not a glow thing to alert us because I really don't want to like carry this thing visibly.
Listen, I'll wear that thing as a hat. I don't care. This is the coolest thing ever.
I'll put it on a chain and you can have it as a necklace.
Oh, it'll be
Ooh.
like a Flava Flav necklace.
Yep, you'll be literally exactly like Flava Flav, yeah.
And who
Yeah.
knows? Like, we may only perceive it as a hand because that's how we saw it given to us. Other people might see it as something different.
Oh, interesting.
I pull out my phone and I take a picture of it.
It's a gnarly, awful black hand.
Yeah, pretty sure
Or
this thing is just a
it's
hand.
just
Or
a
it
hand.
could just be a gross hand.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a gross hand.
Yeah, it
Sometimes a
might have,
gross
'cause-
hand is just a gross hand, guys.
Yeah, because we are where our rules, where our rules are the rules now. So
Right.
we bring hand, we have hand. I think.
It sounds like a
Wonder if-
poorly translated sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so what do we do now?
Oh, we should probably go check back in with our friend the White Tower.
The White
I mean,
Tower, yeah.
And
Okay.
make sure that we have this place locked up so that people aren't just strolling in and falling through a hole.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to go over to the fallen, burnt, broken organ and kind of dig through the rubble. And I want to find one of the not the outer pipes, but the inner pipes that are really skinny, like when it first starts.
Yeah.
And take a piece of that. Because I imagine it's been through all this. The magic has been around it. Like, I'm trying to think of focuses that I could use, and this kind of burnt piece of pipe from this encounter, I might try to like use as a wand.
All right. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think I see him doing that. And I go, oh shit, yeah, Rev, are you okay? I saw the cool like Cyclops shit you did from the balcony. That was cool, but like, dude, your eyes.
Yeah, it didn't feel great. It felt very different, but that was good advice. I'm gonna see if maybe I can channel whatever it is through the opening here. So now I've got like a control.
Do you want some like sunglasses or something? Like, is this gonna be sensitive when we leave this place?
I mean, maybe just to even hide, I will like reach inside my coat pocket and put my sunglasses on that kind of cover that area.
Oh, are those your knockarounds?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're good.
We'll get you a compress for that later.
Yeah.
Rev, why don't you give me an occultist roll to just kind of make this as an aspect that you can attach to your sheet that you have this magical tool?
5.
5.
Dope.
All right, very good.
Nice.
So what I'll do, let's say it took 2 to make. So it basically has 3 stress, and it can take your damage when you do magic, but it will be destroyed in the process.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good. I just made that up. I'm sure that's
Yeah,
great.
no,
That's
Anyway,
great.
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, that was good for on the fly. Holy crap.
Yay.
Amazing.
All right, so yeah, we kind of we see the camera kind of close in on the tool in Rev's hand as he like turns it over and considers it, and we can see that yes, there is some kind of mystical significance to this particular piece that he picked up. And then let's cut to where are you going to meet the Viking lady?
Back at her place,
Just
I
go back to her
assume.
house.
Okay. All right, cool. So then we cut back to the kind of apartment complex where there's a lot of transient people who come in and out, a lot of foreigners and a lot of like temporary work and that sort of thing. And amongst them is the lady, her apartment, which she refers to as the White Tower. And yes, she greets you at the door. She is stripped down to a sports bra and a pair of yoga pants. She's sweating. Her muscles are like cut and glistening. She's clearly just put down like a big gnarly looking sword that she was putting through its paces. And she like nods to you like, yeah, hey, and motions for you to come on in.
We have stuff we have to bring. Will you teach me? Will you teach me how to do sword stuff?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Okay, sorry, let's go. I had to say that.
No, please come in. Yes, tell me what you have. What happened? Please tell me all about it.
Okay, so you mentioned first that you knew of 2 creatures where if you cut their heads off, they didn't die.
Yes.
Got a third one for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I tried with the machete thing, and then his normal upside down face came off, and then a bunch of sort of like kind of like it sort of looks sort of like an oil spill color, like tentacles just sort of like waving around, and then all their heads popped off, and they were all tentacle people. Also, they were naked and very hairy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got parasites of any kind at all, ever.
Well, yeah. Ever at all this time.
That super makes it sound like someone did.
No,
Like
they
if
didn't.
if you bring it up.
Oh, but nobody did though.
Yeah, but you don't have to specify that at every encounter.
It was very clear from the look on her face that she just believes what he said. Maybe it's an English second language thing or whatever, but like she's just like, yes, good. That's good to know. No parasites.
Yeah, it's great, Tass. Thank you.
I know how to connect to people, Rev.
The lady doth protest too much kind of vibe.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
that one I get that one. Okay, cool,
Okay.
cool.
Okay, so their heads exploded?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then other heads came out of
Tentacle oil slick heads.
Yeah.
And then we set some of them on fire. But then they started attacking each other. Like their existence like annoyed themselves so much that they sort of self-destructed a little bit. They just tore each other apart. And then they tore a fabric in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have theories on this because again, those are like other, and we're in our rule place and their rule. Oh, that's all so good. And I've got a notebook out and I'm just scribbling this all down.
Yeah, it was an interesting place. It wasn't the place that they were trying to get to. It was an in between place. It's kind of like have you ever been like in a grocery store or like an old mall or something like way late at night, like when you're not supposed to be there? Like that kind of vibe. Like this is a place where things kind of exist, but you shouldn't be here, but you are here. It was like that.
Yes. Colloquially, they are referred to as liminal spaces. Spaces between.
Yep, that's it. That's the one. That's what I was thinking.
And you went there. You went there bodily.
We did. All 4 of us.
And you returned with all of your organs.
And an extra appendage.
Thing. Yeah.
Who has an extra appendage? Let me see.
I take off my backpack.
She's
Megan
like clearly looking at you like she's waiting to see like a tentacle, an extra head.
Megan has the extra appendage, and where might surprise you.
Not the order. No, I think I open up the backpack and I hold it out and I say, I'm not touching it, but it's in here.
Oh.
I'm gonna touch it, and I'll hold it up.
Here, Tass, take it.
Just double checking. You see, it's like a gnarled hand, right? We were wondering if everyone just sees the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's definitely a gnarled hand.
Okay.
Yes, this is a token. This is the exchange that you made there is similar to what ancient wizards would do when they would turn their hand or their eye or their tongue into a familiar that could freely walk about. It's a very basic part of alchemy. But it was drawn from these old gods.
Huh.
Dope. So this is like how like Pan can kind of like keep tabs on us, or he has like, do we have like a little like walkie-talkie to like the other side,
like
or
Addams Family?
Is it like Addams Family? Have you seen Addams Family?
Yes, I have. Yes,
like that.
Yes, it's a familiar. It's a piece of him, or what's the other word? The English words are very difficult to remember. But it's a piece of him that is a connection to him. He cannot be here necessarily unless there is a reason for him to be here. And so he is
Hmm.
here in a small part. What was the deal that you struck?
We're
We
going to try to close up that rift.
We gotta fix that hole in reality.
Ah,
Yeah. we got
and he
patched
sent you
up.
the familiar to aid it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, he said when we're around the things that we need to have to do the job, it will alert us. Don't know
to
what
fix
that means, but
To fix a hole to liminal space.
Yes.
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
Ah, no problem. She gets up and she hurries into her little kitchenette,
No problem.
and she comes back
Shut
with
up,
a with a bottle of like Dawn, like dishwasher material, like dishwashing soap.
Does the hand do anything?
When she kind of brings it over towards the hand, you can see that the hand goes from like a just kind of vague open to a decided closed fist.
Ooh, that looks like an alert.
Yeah.
Is this dish soap? What is
Yes.
this? Just dish soap. It's not like you made your own mix.
Well, it is dawn.
So it's good dish soap.
Yeah.
I don't know that the brand is important.
Oh.
I'm sorry. This is information that is normal to me and not to you. My apologies. So in the before human civilization, there was no line. Do you understand? We were here, spirits were here, monsters were here, gods were here.
Okay.
There
yeah.
was no line. Humanity invented soap. Soap began to separate civilization, the existence of civilization, from all of those things that are outside. And that is, in some ways, where the line grew, from our understanding.
I don't understand, but I love it.
I'm like galaxy braining like
This is
so much right now.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Why so? We invented a lot of things though.
I don't know specifically why soap, just something about it helps to create humanity as humanity is, and therefore cements our reality as the dominant reality.
So do we pour it? Do we
I think you go and clean.
Okay. I have so much to learn about being a wizard.
It is a lifetime of things to learn, my friend. It is not a quick path.
No, I'm excited.
I
And
was
I'm-
very excited about all this until I realized how much
Until you have
how many chores were apparently involved.
Yeah.
Keep your body clean and you will always be safer from the other side than not.
Huh.
with dish soap?
Any soap.
Okay, I was gonna say I've got like this really nice tea tree body wash. Like I'd probably prefer to use that. I mean, this is good. I mean, they use it to clean ducks, so it's probably fine for us. But like,
If it's good enough for a duck, it's good enough for
if
us.
it's good enough for a duck to like get their little feathers all clean from like oils and stuff, then it's probably good to like do the like dimension separating that we needed to do.
Should we
Probably.
should we head back with this?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about,
Maybe.
anything just falling into that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that hole.
Is this it? Is this all we need? This dish soap?
I could not tell you specifically. I just simply know that soap is what's used to keep the lines strong.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
We can safely say that Axe probably still does nothing, right?
That's like I think that probably has an
Increases?
She
opposite
points to a
effect.
giant axe on her wall and she's
No, not that kind.
Ah,
Not that kind.
I
But I will,
like her so much.
after the sword. That's next though, because that's really cool.
I assume what you're talking about does the opposite. It probably brings you
Yeah.
closer to, because you're just
Yeah.
covering over the job of soap, like
Yeah,
you're pretending,
That's
like
fair.
you're pretending like you bathed.
axe body spray causes demon infestation. We figured it out.
You've
We got it.
We're never gonna get that
It
sponsorship now.
explains everything. Never.
Oh no. All
Hey,
right.
but Dawn soap, get at us.
Dawn soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call a girl.
All right, let's go do this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll kind of treat this as a sort of cleaning montage. We'll imagine that you get some buckets, get some floor wash or dish soap or whatever it is you're going to do, and you know, Kim is suddenly not available for some reason.
So sorry. No, I'll be there.
I'll make lots of bubbles.
It's good. And it's a funny montage, and Tass gets bubbles on his head and somebody turns it into a mohawk. Yeah. Yeah. Did Tass's screen freeze? No, okay, he was just not responding. Got it. Okay, so yeah, so the cleaning happens, and kind of in the process of like cleaning all of the old oils and incense out of the floorboards, the floorboards kind of heal back, and the reality of the place returns to that of a gnarled, still highly dangerous location, but at least not one that directly slides into the other world. So that's good.
Huh.
I cannot believe that worked.
We should probably like hold on to that, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Might just be a good thing to keep in your backpack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean this studio when we get back, I think. It's been a minute.
Yeah. I feel like we should probably give this back to her though, because like she just took it from like her kitchen, so she might.
Oh, that's true.
She might need to watch.
Let's pick up a new one, but maybe get like one of like the minier bottles, just because I feel like that like the big like 2x size one, like just my backpack's not huge, and I feel like with the hand in there, I don't want there to be too many things in it to get like squished.
Don't get the. We probably shouldn't keep them together. Don't get the soap on the hand. It might.
Oh. Ooh, I didn't think about that.
So we need 2 backpacks.
We'll get. I think one backpack, but I'll get some of those like good like Ziploc bags that like you can like seal real tight, and I'll just keep a couple of different. I'll keep some dividers, some separators within the backpack so that we don't have cross contamination. Because I think it's probably like a touching thing. Like if the soap got on my hand, then we'd have issues. But I don't think like them being in close proximity to each other is like what causes it, right?
Yeah, dog, sounds good.
Yeah.
I will gladly just put a thing of soap in my coat pocket, just to reduce the risk.
Yeah, that works too.
As long as someone has a system.
Right, exactly. The hand has not like shriveled up. After you were done cleaning and the area closed off, the hand relaxed. But other than that, it's still there. You've still got a gnarly giant hand in your backpack, as one does.
Nice.
Gnarly.
Can I manipulate it and do make it do like a thumb war like position? Or does it not move?
Don't break it, Megan.
I'm not trying to. I'm testing it to see if I can like make it take up that space, because it's just like this right now, and I can this.
It's fairly rictus. It's resistant. You're not sure what would happen if you put too much force on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it in one of like the inside zipper pockets, so it has its own little space to live.
And also the skin feels real weird, for whatever it's worth. Yeah, it's not pleasant. Kind of like wet leather, but it's not wet. It just feels like it's wet. Yeah.
Oh.
I put it away so I don't have to look at it.
Very good. All right. So, you guys, we're gonna cut back to your shared space, because I know Rev wanted to clean up around there a little bit. Okay. So if we could get the Jamboard moved over to slide 2.
Gotcha.
We are back in our safe space, our hangout, that is not strictly legal but has very good acoustics. So as a kind of in between here, I just want to ask you guys, what show have you just recorded?
Yeah, so we have talked about this off mic, but not on mic. So in this story that we're playing, Kim has got what is that the move that you've got guest on my
stream?
Yeah. And so we are still doing like a kind of paranormal RPG podcast, but Kim runs it, and then the 3 of us are players. Yeah.
Look at me. Right. I am the boss now.
It's the dream to be the producer and not running the game.
So you're playing a good round of Unknown Armies. It's going very popular with the fan base. Sure. Shout out to Greg Stoltze. Hey, baby. Unknown Armies is the only game that we've canonically decided is in the iHunt universe, not technically with permission, but I'm sure it's fine. D&D doesn't exist. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So
D and
D and what?
what was this? What was this?
D and
I don't
That
know.
Never heard
Almost
of
changes my life, not at all.
it. Yeah, right. I don't know her .jpg. So yeah. So all right. So what was the problem with the show that you recorded last week? What was the problem that came up?
Oh, definitely that thing where like every 3 seconds there's a little skip.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
I just made the whole
God.
room get mad for
Ugh.
real. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like we were missing seconds of time, like fraction, like 30 seconds is missing from an hour episode, but it's fraction of seconds at the time in the middle of words.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you work with an external engineer on this kind of thing, or is it all you guys?
It's all us.
It's all us.
Wow. Okay, that's intense. So I'm gonna say though that you thought you had it cleaned up. You posted the video or the thing, and a couple of your fans, not all of them, but a couple of your fans came back with weirdest thing. Your episode. I know you guys cleared it up and everything, but like a couple of times there was still those like little gaps.
Huh.
And then one of your fans, kind of out of nowhere, is like, so I took that last weird episode because it was kind of weird where the timing was or the gaps. And just kind of on a whim, I threw it through a spectrograph. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the spectrograph brought up a bunch of binary. I don't know if that's a thing for you guys.
Did you put it through a binary to like English translator or anything?
No, I totally forgot. That would have made a lot of sense, huh?
No worries. Do you still have it? Can you send it to us?
Yeah. And they send it over to you
Oh boy.
and ask for a shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Special thanks.
Yeah.
It's this binary thing again.
Oh, we are so cursed.
Can
Does
someone
is
put it
it-
into Google or something?
I'll look it up. Does
Look,
it say
the
this?
last time I did that, I think I missed like a number or something. I didn't get anything. So like someone else. I'm paranoid now.
Okay, you read it out and then I'll put it in and we'll double check it. Can we double check it to the last one we got and see if it's the same number? Like, is it the same sequence?
Absolutely the same sequence. Yeah,
Shit.
absolutely.
Okay, you read it out. Okay, we'll do it this time. This time we'll work together. Okay, you read out each number. I'll put it in and we'll just double check it and make sure that we're good before we try and do anything else.
Okay, let's do this in real time. 0,
Sorry.
1, 0.
Zero. 0. Okay.
Do you want to teamwork a hacker roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way that will work is whoever is anchoring it will roll it, but they can get a +1 or -1 depending on how well the partner rolls.
Okay.
Do you have hacker at all? 'Cause
I sure
do not.
don't. I sure don't, my love.
But
No,
remember,
no.
there are lots of things that you can tag. You can use fate points.
Yeah.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it in.
Okay, then I will help you.
Okay.
I'm so happy to be doing a thing with my beautiful work wife, to give that a +2.
Perfect.
So that's a 3.
That's a 3. All right, so you have a +1, Megan, on this roll.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay, so with the +1 from Kim, I got a 4.
Nope, very good.
Nice,
No
nice.
problem. All right. So as we see, iHunters are very clever and they're able to manipulate the situation to come up with their own information. Never mind, yes, you could technically just take this and cut and paste it into Google and it would come up. But let's pretend that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Very clearly you get back that the message that is the numbers are definitely a sentence. It is definitely code. And the code that comes back is, I can see you. I
No.
can see
God damn it, Tass.
No.
I can see you.
No. No.
I'm looking around.
Oh,
I think I run over to
no.
Tass and just start like swatting his arm. What have you done to us?
Hey, come on. I didn't know. How could I have known?
Where's the tape we took? We took the tape with us.
I start cleaning
Yeah.
Megan's phone.
You check Megan's phone?
I clean Megan's phone after she did the search.
Hey, because you have Megan's phone in your hand and you've just cleaned it up,
Mm-hmm.
a job pops up on her app.
Oh, I sorry, I swiped on accident when I was scrubbing at it.
You already accepted it.
Give it to me. Don't put soap on my phone. I'll go and I'll Google some images of Dawn dish soap and I'll download them onto my phone. I'll take all the Dawn dish soap JPEGs and use them as protection. I think that's how it works.
Okay, well, we should probably look at this since Rev already accepted it for us.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
You got to set this so that you like have to confirm after you accept the job.
No, I just do whatever feels right.
Yeah, I mean, go with your heart. I'm behind that.
Okay.
I look at the job.
Okay. It's there on the screen for anybody who is interested, but just for the sake of those who are not, it is a 3-star gig. They are offering $5,000, which is not a small amount of money. And it simply says werewolves in the park. And then it goes on to say corporate job, which is a big deal. You don't get a corporate job until you get some high ranks on the site. And it says discretion is key. More details on acceptance.
Oh, we got a fancy sneaky job. We're moving up in the world, guys.
Nice.
Can we like check our rating?
Yes.
How are we doing?
Very good.
Nice.
Okay.
Werewolves in the park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've already checked off werewolf, but job.
$5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this could
We haven't
definitely
really
open
made
up
a lot of
some other
money
doors.
our last couple jobs.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
says discretion, so I mean, we might as well just show up and see what it looks like. Figure out, I mean, I'll reply if we're all good with this and see what more information they give us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and like
Okay.
a lot of sometimes these jobs just lead to more corporate jobs.
Yeah, this could be like a really good foot in the door.
Okay. Well, let's find out where we have to go.
Yeah, I message him back like, okay, what are we doing?
Okay. The message that you get back, it feels very like official. It feels very like formulaic. That's not a word. And it's basically a set of instructions. It tells you, go to this place, be there exactly at this time, and be prepared to meet someone at the gate, is what it says. When you kind of extrapolate outward what the address is, it's quickly familiar to everyone who lives in San Gennaro. It is an invitation to go to the back or the casting gate of the hugely popular and huge money-making Movie Land theme park.
It's not a nature park. It's
We're going backstage
yes.
at Movie Land.
We're going to Movie Land, guys. Oh man.
They don't usually let normal
man.
people back there.
We gotta go. We gotta be sneaky, and we gotta go and meet somebody at this gate at like this particular time.
Man, I used to have an annual pass to Movie Land, but then it got too expensive and I couldn't go anymore. But like, oh my god, this is fun.
If any of us have to get into one of the costumes, then dibs.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so it'll take a little bit because it's got to be after hours. After the park closes is specifically the time that you're being sent. But Movie Land is huge. It's almost it's a city unto itself in some ways. You've heard rumors that like they grow their own food, that they have like farms and stuff that like they're kind of hidden under things, that they've got like fallout shelters in case of emergencies. There's the reason why nobody ever sees cast members like going and cleaning out trash cans and stuff is because there's underground tunnels
Secret
under
tunnels.
the park. Yeah, I mean, and of course, the infamous story that no one has ever technically died in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And that they do a lot of really funny things and sneaky things to make sure that rule stays true. So, you know, there's some fun urban legends around this place, and here you are kind of creeping up towards the back section in the late hours, because they close at like, you know, everybody's out by maybe midnight, if not later sometimes, depending on the shows. So you are headed into the park, just as like it's even cast members are leaving, so like, and a lot of them even kind of wear their uniforms home because it's just too hard to change in the place. So you see people in like bright garish gaily decorated 1950s era golden movie, you know, glam, but a few hours melted from the heat and the work. And you know, they're exhausted, they're drones, they barely even acknowledge you, like kind of Z word like, as they walk past you. um, but there is and we'll go ahead and switch over to 3, a gentleman who, let's say he gives a cop vibe,
Okay.
meets you at the gate, and that is Devin here. Devin's not real tall, real broad, kind of beefy. You know, it looks like he really wanted to be a cop. Like he's got that attitude, that swagger. But for whatever reason, he didn't make the cut. Then the bar is pretty low in San Gennaro, so it says a couple of things about him. And you know, he glances you up and down like he's already decided that you're ruffians and no good, despite the fact that you're 4 very normal looking people. And you know, he opens the gate to let you back in the back, sort of the back end of the movie land. You are behind the magic.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
What are your names then?
We're the Monster Squad.
Oof.
Yeah.
Are we married to that?
That's a working title.
I was just trying something, you know.
Does that work for you?
No.
What do you think? Not you, Tass.
Oh.
I'm laughing because that's very funny. Devin does not crack a smile. He does not seem to have an interest, a sense of humor to be found.
You're
He
right.
just,
Yeah.
he accepts what you say and kind of nods. And as he's leading you from the back gate towards, you know, some kind of officey building kind of thing that's like, again, tucked behind the magic here. Details are not spared even back here. The luscious and detailed architecture of the front of Movie Land is mirrored back here in a lot of ways. They didn't miss anything. Everything here is just as twee and charming as you would expect in the park, despite the fact that it's mostly like you, Devin, maintenance workers, and some, like, you know, cleaning staff who still have like really bright colored uniforms. Only Devin is particularly dire looking, and then maybe that's just because he has to have an air of authority to him. It's hard to say. But he does take you into the main security room, the main security office on site, and it is you know, it's almost spooky how many cameras the park has, how much of the place is being observed at all times. And the place, particular office, it's very claustrophobic because it's you and Devin and this huge board of, you know, gears and switches and buttons and camera equipment stuff. I mean, you're more familiar with this stuff than I am, but it does, you know, fill the room with a feeling of tension and you know, that kind of rigorous intensity that Devin gives off is present here too. And the other thing that's interesting is it seems like everything's a little bit broken in here. Like all the buttons are real worn down. Some of the camera screens flicker. For as much money as pumped into this place, for as many cameras as this place is clearly like observing at all times, the office itself, the core of the operation, seems like kind of a little abused, a little forgotten. He offers you seats. He does not offer you anything to drink or anything like that. So, brass tacks. We got a problem with werewolves, and we need you guys to take care of it quickly and quietly.
gonna need a little bit more information than that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was kind of afraid of. You understand that a lot of this is highly technical, and of course, there's a lot of trade secrets that are very important to be preserved at all times. And he passes you guys out clipboards with like really rigorous looking NDAs on
Oh
them.
boy. Okay. Yeah.
And of course, you understand that the $5,000 apiece stipend, which will be available to you, will be cut dramatically if any of this information is ever made public.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Yep. Preserve the
They've got a
magic.
whole-
All of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've got a whole cloud of lawyers just waiting for you guys to slip up. So don't slip up.
Okay. I sign
All
it.
right. So, do you guys know Big Frozen Mountain?
Yeah. Sorry. I love I love this place. I haven't been in like forever because it's a little too expensive for me. But back when I used to be able to go, I loved it. Yes. Sorry. I'll stop talking.
I've only been once, and I only made it through half of the place before I had to leave, so that's not one of the ones I got to go on, unfortunately.
Okay. Well,
But I've heard about it.
fair enough. So, near as we can tell, there's a werewolf, and he's got a thing going on in there. We're not really sure. They took the place over, basically. So we shut down the ride. We've been trying to keep the tourists away from there. You know, tourists, it's a little tricky. It's always a little tricky. But so far as we can tell, their numbers are increasing. And, well, the security force, it's the insurance adjusters and that sort of thing. We can't go in ourselves. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
How many at last count are you aware were in there? I realize you said they're multiplying, but were you ever able to get a sense in how many days ago was that?
It's hard to tell. Of course, the first thing they did was smash the cameras internally like they knew. But other than that, we're not really sure. We've had a couple of missing people, but, of course, nobody ever dies in movie land, so.
I mean,
Right.
if they're still werewolves, then yeah, then they're good.
You said they attacked all of the cameras like they knew where they were. Is this an inside job?
Well, that's my suspicion, but of course my boss thinks it's full of shit. Nobody who works here would be that miserable, he said.
Well, yeah, they I guess they really haven't poured any of the, little bit of extra income they make off this place into the security. And I just kind of like touch some of the broken like paneling and buttons and stuff. Like, that doesn't seem to be as high of a priority to upkeep as I would have expected.
Can you give me like how about social worker overcome? Because I feel like you're trying to reach out to some part of him, and let's see if that works.
Okay. 4.
That's very nice. All right. He sighs and he kind of glances around and he nods and he says, "Look, my job is to watch everything that happens in these parks, and then my job is to report what I see. By and large, they ignore what I report."
Not surprised.
I was given carte blanche to hire a group of hunters to take care of this situation quietly. Although, if you ask me, I would rather be in there myself, personally handling this problem. I'm not allowed.
Have you had anyone on the staff in the last couple of days since this has popped up who has quit or who has not come in for work?
Called in
I
sick.
mean, you said that it's like they knew anyone who's been in this room in particular because these cameras are all very well hidden. I've been on a lot of these rides and I've not seen a lot of these angles.
Yeah, here. And he gets another like pile of papers and he passes it to you. I don't think you understand the turnaround that this place has.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then on that same note, was there anybody with a more spectacular exit, so to speak? Anyone that you noticed that had a major grievance as opposed to a I'm done and didn't just call they just called no showed?
I'll tell you, like, that's all HR, unfortunately. If
Yeah,
there was anybody
fair.
who needed to be thrown out, I would know about it. But no, we didn't have anything like that occur. Certainly not within the timeline that makes sense here.
Right, or at least with you specifically.
Yeah, and this stuff is
Cool.
all very pillory. It's very much like I know what happens in my side of the of things. I am not told what happens in other parts of the park.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Why there?
Maybe they just like the ride. There's a number of rides, of course, in the area that are, enclosures effectively, but Big Frozen Mountain is kind of unique. When it was originally built as an effort to preserve certain zoning laws, the original park founders had to build a basketball court
I was about to
inside.
ask if it was true that there was a basketball court instead of Big Frozen
Yeah.
Mountain.
Yeah, it is. It's a little small, but it is in there, and there's some other things that go along with it. There's a small kitchenette. It's a space where, in theory, you could hold up for a while if you needed to.
I'm really lost on what this ride is.
Oh, it's so cool. You sit in like bobsleds, like your legs around each other, and like you go like up a track, and there's like snow and like snow monsters, and it's super
And-
fun.
Oh, so the basketball isn't part of the ride.
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's
like-
hidden.
No,
It's
no.
hidden.
Oh, I was okay. Got it.
So it's already made for you to live there.
Yeah,
Big-
kind of.
I mean that's less cool is what I was thinking. I like the idea of like, okay, I'm not saying that I think this is a good idea that they did it. I'm just saying if I was gonna take over a ride, I would like make it a place to live.
Yeah. This
I don't know what they're doing in there, frankly.
Yeah, it's weird. This may be not the track that we should be on, but how do I ask it? Is this ride the most naturey, like the most like a wilderness?
Oh,
That
no, that's
say a-
definitely Swamp Mountain.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of mountains
That's
here.
so many conflicting biomes. I want to go to that one. Okay, I just
We
thought
had a
maybe
swamp witch or something
wolves.
like that a while ago, but they took care of that.
Oh,
If
nice.
we succeed, can we get like hooked up with passes or something?
Annual passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Is
can
it-
make that work.
Oh my god, Kim!
If this
Pass
goes
roller
out
coasters every
clearly
day.
and there's no problems and we don't hear anything about it, it never gets out, we'll make sure that you guys can get in the park when you want to.
What? Roller coasters. How are we gonna do this?
I think
Well-
we have a little bit of research to do on
Yeah.
the construction of that place, kind of the layout of it on the inside. And we knew a little bit about werewolves. We faced one very recently, but not a pack of them.
Yeah,
I mean, we have plenty of soap though.
that's true.
Yeah.
Can we get access to blueprints here? Do
That's
you
a
have
no can
that
do.
available?
No, afraid not.
Hmm,
Those are trade
Secrets.
secrets.
that
Mm.
I feel like us going inside is kind of like stuff that most people don't get to see, right?
Yeah, so count your blessings.
Yeah, so that's why we like shouldn't take any pictures or anything.
I realize you can't, give us blueprints or anything, but if someone were to stay here with you for a little bit, could you walk them through the things like the basketball court and the kitchenette, oh, you turn a left here and there's this, so that we're not going in completely blind?
Yeah, I can give you guys a rough map if you'd like. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds reasonable.
Nice.
And in fact, let's do. Why doesn't somebody create an advantage with that, so that you can carry that map with you into the adventure?
Okay.
It's all
Who's
you,
good
Rob.
at making maps? Everybody's shaking their head now.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm thinking if I've got grid paper, I'm good at making a map.
Yeah, there you
Alright.
go.
Yeah, we forgot gamer as an aspect.
Yeah.
A skill set. What was I thinking?
Yeah, so I guess this is gonna be maker.
Yeah.
And aspect wise.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I think that I will use I think I'll use like a boss, I suppose. I will invoke that to give myself a +2. Just because, like, okay, here's the skill set that I have. I've got to do this well because we're gonna rely on this in a little bit. So that gives me a 3.
I like that. Okay. And it's almost like as soon as you kind of evoke your aura of like a bossness, this other he wants to think of himself as an alpha male responds very clearly to, oh, all right, there's a male authority here. So he kind of he
Gross.
relaxes a little bit at that point. It is very gross.
Yeah. I do that like I see that reaction and I do that in character. Just
I use the soap.
Does it feel like something in your backpack just moved? Nah, it couldn't be.
Ah.
All right. So you have a very basic map of the place. He says, I know you guys have to go do whatever it is you guys do. We've worked with groups like you before. So you just need to contact me with what time you want to come into the park.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll be in touch.
yeah. No, that.
Is it true
Okay.
that like it takes so much work to turn off all the audio animatronic figures at night, and so they just leave them running all the time, but without audio, so it's just a bunch of like clicky mouths? I've always wondered that.
He glances at Rev like he's almost looking for permission from Rev to continue speaking. God. And he shrugs and he says, to be honest with you, I don't think they have a way to be turned off.
Well, hate that.
I love
Hate it.
this. I love this.
12 different hates right there.
I don't go near animatronics.
I would much rather be around a robot right now.
Oh, okay. We'll call you Devin.
All right. And he'll see you out because, of course, you can't just let you loose in the park. He has to walk you out.
All right, where do we think we want to go here? What are we looking for?
I don't know. Maybe we should check with Rev first and make sure that.
Yeah, Rev, do you want to tell us what to do?
Yeah,
I think legitimately, if we're away from, if it's just us,
yeah,
like that, off of that, like, yeah, hey, is everybody else picking up some like following the pack vibes from Devin?
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely got that. It was a very odd.
I thought he was just being just like a weird, just
unfortunately,
like
that
an
could
alpha
also...
male.
Yeah, I mean it's gross, but it's gross and
suspicious.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
It lines
just
up
like
life.
Not just in the game.
Hope.
So yeah, we obviously need to know more about werewolves. We kind of knew last time, just I trusted Silver and it kind of worked out, but then Tass got buried.
I did.
And then Megan
fighting a pack. We gotta figure out how to fight a pack.
Yeah.
I lost my notes, so I don't know what we learned about werewolves.
I mean, well, we didn't when we were doing that job at the beach. We prepared for vampire.
Yeah.
Werewolf was just kind of like I hate to say a bonus. It was a surprise. That's better. So yeah, just beyond like the Silver stuff, or I used to watch a lot of Teen Wolf. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's the same with the vampires. It could be this or that. Are we talking ones that are affected by moon stuff? Are they a full actual wolf? Are they more wolf-like? There's all the different offshoots. There's all these different things, and I don't know which ones are real, story, etc. So, long story short, too late. This is what I'm gonna hit. Is everybody chill with that?
Absolutely.
I mean, it went great last time. You got us a lot of good vamp information, so let's bank on that again.
Okay.
Maybe I realize that the library that we normally go to is pretty scattered. Maybe you could do some research with the White Tower. She may be less like, oh yeah, no, this is bullshit. It's gone. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible.
It's also really good to know, what was said about there are a lot of different kind of ecosystem themed areas in this park, and they chose that ice mountain.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Mhm.
it's because of like the basketball court kitchenette area, like that was made to kind of already exist as like a place to hold up, or if the actual environment has anything to do with it.
No, bless you. Timber wolf versus forest wolf versus whatever. Yes, bless. Good thought.
Kim, you've been on this ride a bunch.
Yeah.
Is it different? Like, is it cold on that ride compared to the other rides? Like, is there a noticeable difference between?
I mean, they have like sort of like special effects that like blow like cold air on you. There's a part where you sort of like splash down, and there's like some like water stuff. Not as much water as is on Swamp Mountain. That's the water ride. But yeah. So like it's a little colder
Mhm.
on that. But I mean, like, it's San Gennaro. It's like nothing is cold.
Yeah, but that's where the line might be on a hot day.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I love that Kim knows exactly what rides I'm pretending that like cheese knows.
I'm with it. I'm here.
I've only ever been to the movie land in Florida, so I don't know.
Fair enough, right? It's a little different over there.
They're kind of different entities.
Very, very good. And my partner reminds me that Movie Land has roughly 60,000 employees. So that list of like who has been fired and whatever
Oh
is
no.
huge.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I have to say, as soon as Movieland opens up the Revengers Academy, I'm going to Florida or to California. Then going. Doesn't matter what else is happening in my life.
Gotta see
Oh,
those
nice, come
Revenger
visit.
rides.
Yeah,
I'll hook you up with those comp tickets.
yeah, I have to.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, you guys are the best. All right, very good. So, so you're gonna go to research. Who's going where? Let's do one research prep action per player. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit up our Viking friend and
Okay.
dig in.
Okay. Are you just gonna show up over there?
I mean, I would certainly call
Okay.
that we have. Yeah, we've established that we have that capability. So yeah, I would call on the way and see if it's okay.
Yeah. She requests that you bring sushi.
Okay. I will bring sushi and get a burger for myself.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, very good.
Sushi for 2 and a burger for me.
Got it. Yeah. She's very tall.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, when you answer the door, or when you get to the door and you knock, she opens and she is she's wearing lipstick. Like no other makeup, and the application is a little fuzzy, but she put on some lipstick for you.
Those last 2 words that you said, do not, would not, and will not register.
Got it. Perfect. Fantastic.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Very good. Come in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for some werewolf stuff.
Werewolves. Good. This is an interesting topic. Come and sit. Let's talk about werewolves.
All right. Hell yeah.
Okay. We'll do like a basic occultist roll to kind of see how strong your aspect is going to be, and then we'll do a little quick back and forth sceney thing to see like what you can glean out of the conversation.
Okay. Let's go with that. Hell yeah, that's 6.
6. Okay. That's a very good roll. That'll be an
4.
aspect with 2 invokes when we're ready for it.
Hell yes.
Okay. So what do you know about werewolves so that I can tell you other things?
I mean, there's so many different stories. It depends on if you're reading a book or watching a movie. I mean, but like the big ones that are the most general trope, usually either on the night of a full moon or like day before, day of, day after, those nights they will transform into either an actual full wolf or a wolf-like humanoid and go berserk. Silver they are weak to silver. They are weak to having their heads cut off. These are just the absolute basics that I don't even know if they're true.
That's good. That's good. Werewolves, the important thing to know, of course, is that they exist in 2 states, dead or ready to fight. You know this?
Yes, actually,
Yes.
I do
Good,
know
good.
this.
Good. That we understand, we classify werewolves into 3 groups. There are the naturally occurring familial werewolves, that follows their family lines. They are, as you Americans say, chill.
Sure, yes.
There are the occasional curses, witchcraft, or sorcery that will turn someone into something like that. And it is close enough, and the rules are generally similar enough that we classify them as one group. This is mostly where you get your forced to change on full moon kind of thing.
Ah, okay.
And then there are the most dangerous and also the most rare kind, which are the infectious sort. They have a thing within them that causes them to attack, and when they attack, their victim dies or becomes another one. And then it will, on a monthly cycle, attack and kill or create more.
And the creating more is just dependent on whether or not they die from the attack, I
Yes.
assume.
Yes.
Got it. So you get tagged, you're kind of screwed unless you just die. Yeah.
There are some stories that if you kill the sort of founder of a line, particularly if it's a particularly potent one, that it will cause the disease to die out, and it may cure those who have not already committed murder. But the idea is, with a taste of blood, you are locked in.
Oof. Okay, that you kind of answered the question I was going to go for. What are we looking at? Is there cure? But that seems like the closest possible thing.
Very rarely.
Yeah. Fight or dead. Chill. Magic or infected. Killing them, is that have I hit that? Or I mean, if I just
silver is almost universally correct. Yes.
Silver is good. Should I assume that more mundane processes won't do as much? Like if I kick a door down and start blasting with an Uzi, would I take down the big boy alpha with that, or am I ultimately going to need to?
Uzi is many small bullets. They will pop
Many
out
small
and
bullets.
heal. Yeah, that will pop out and heal. So no.
Just
I had
covering
a friend,
the base, I assumed. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend once who flew a small helicopter into a werewolf, and that did the job. Had a friend.
Oh, because he flew into the. So high risk, high flying action.
Do you have a helicopter?
I don't, but I want to. I'm looking at getting a Segway though. I don't know that would have the
I don't think
velocity or the mass that I need. That's a whole other. You're not in this. Okay. I think these are all of the things I need.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks. I'm going to run out. I think I got to report into everybody.
I see. Would you like to stay for carnal activities?
Yes, and Tass.
I mean, I haven't exercised today. And I'll shut the door.
All right. She'll take you to the mat, and that's all we need to say there.
Yes!
Excellent.
I'm so proud of you.
Death by snoo.
Why don't you roll athletics and build yourself an aspect on that one?
Get it.
No, this.
Get it.
This
today.
this seems true to life. Even roll. But I have a natural +1, so.
All right, there you go. All right, so you can have a one invoke aspect out of that situation. You decide what you want to name it. That's on you.
Whew.
I'm getting a little
Oh,
spicy.
Jesus Christ. All right. Which board am I putting this on?
It will go on to probably board. There's a picture of a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah,
On your
4,
pegboard.
I think. Yep.
Hilarious.
All right, so now that that's over, who's next? Who's prepping next?
I will.
Okay.
I think
Sorry, we just got a 1,000-bit donation for climbing the White Tower.
Carrie, you're beautiful. I love you. Thank you.
Very, very good.
That's
Very
funny.
good.
Solid.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I think what I want to do is I want to start looking online for like promos and like looking under like different forums and stuff for maybe some videos that people have posted while they're out and about in the area of that ride. So I can kind of start getting like a visual on what we can expect to see.
Yeah, that's good because everybody sneaks their phone into the ride and does those dark playthroughs. You know, yeah.
Ones that have not been caught and flagged and
Yeah.
removed from the internet yet.
Well, Movie Land leaves some of those up because it kind of adds the mystique sometimes, depending, there's a lot of shady explanations as to why those videos aren't all gone immediately. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. So why don't you give me Maker?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll assume you're putting this all together in a beautifully edited video so that everybody can grok really easily.
It's nice, I get everyone together and make some popcorn.
Yeah. A supercut.
3.
All right, very good. So that'll be an aspect with one good invoke. And yeah, we can basically assume that you guys have you'll have a working knowledge of what the basic ride looks like and a little bit behind the scenes, but not much.
Okay.
Who's next?
So the thing that I have in mind is, I guess, trying to research how a pack fights.
Oh.
Because we keep dealing with like one-on-one threats, and the time that we dealt with something that was a couple of them, they tagged us right away. So I want to like do some research into how a wolf pack fights.
Okay.
So I think this would be like a lot of books and like documentaries, even on actual wolves, to see like how that instinct helps them and just how they do it. So maybe investigator or survivor. I'm not sure which.
I would also, guerrilla would be if you were like then going to like build an attack plan based on that.
Yeah.
But just to gather the resources and your knowledge, yeah, let's do survivor. I think that makes sense to me.
6.
6. Okay. Oh, very nice. So that's an invoke with 2 on it, or it's an aspect with 2 invokes.
Okay.
Too much jargon. And so I think the easiest thing that pops up to you immediately is that the idea of the alpha wolf and the beta wolf and all that sort of thing, that's phooey. That's not real. Actual naturalists have come across that, like, basically that's only the way wolves behave when they're in captivity. And it's kind of a weird interpretation of the behavior, even like it's all kind of funky, but they do work in teams, they do work in groups, and then it's mostly the women doing the hard work, typical, where they are, they'll grab and pin so that others can come in. And the other thing that they love to do is they will run and they will chase until whatever their prey is too exhausted to keep fighting.
Okay.
Running towards exhaustion is kind of a big move on their parts. So
Okay.
All right. And Kim, what are you thinking? What are you up to?
Oh man, I think I'm doing something that I actually just sort of casually do, but now I'm doing it with more earnest. I'm looking. I
Yeah.
want to find like gossip or like dark secrets about movie land. Like I want to just start trolling some subreddits about, accidents that have happened in the park, especially recently. Trying to figure out if I can, because if multiple people have died or like disappeared, like surely someone on the internet is talking about it. And then
Good
maybe I can
guess.
figure out who it might be or get some information that might help us.
All right. Why don't you give me an influencer then?
Okay. Oh, you love to see all pluses. That's an 8.
Nice.
That's an 8.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's definitely 2 invokes. And yeah, because that's such a good roll, I'm going to go ahead and say that you absolutely find a group of people who are like sort of concerned residents who keep an eye on the park, kind of on the other end of things, because the park is vital to the economy in the area. Like I said, 60,000 people work there. If that park closes for whatever reason, the local economy in this part of San Gennaro is doomed.
Yeah.
Like it's a tragedy. But that doesn't mean that they're not full of crap. This group of people who are keeping an eye on things, and their opinion is that there is some kind of infectious disease that is being covered up by the powers that be in the park. And they think that because there were a couple of instances of people like being sick in a weird way, and like blogging about it or putting it on their Insta or whatever, and then that person kind of vanished, including any further updates and anything about being at the park.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like the cover up is way further than just like if there's a cover up, I'm sorry. If there's a cover up, it is extending into these people's personal social medias and stuff.
Oh boy. Okay. Good.
The concerned citizens' main concern is that if this frightens tourists off, and that the park should be doing something about it. They don't know that the park is, but that's what their opinion is.
Okay. Great.
Okay. All right. So very good. So I guess you guys meet back up. What are your plans? Let's kind of figure out what your attacks are.
I think
Your
I sit
plan.
everyone down, make them some popcorn, enjoy my slideshow. I just I run through all of the footage that I've collected, and I kind of use the map that Rev has that we got from what's his face, Super Cop, and we just kind of like go through and figure out like, okay, so I just want everyone to be super familiar, so if these things like come after us, you're not like in an unfamiliar place. And maybe we can kind of use this knowledge of the layout to figure out what we're going to do once we get inside. What do you guys got?
Seems like no matter what iteration of these we find, silver is going to be the way to go. I guess I can't figure which way this is going to go as far as it being magic that has affected them or infection. It seems more like infection, but I
I'm gonna say probably infection. Just from my other what the research that I did. I'm
Oh, okay. Yeah, tell us about that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which, just to hit this last thing, if it is that, we find the one that started it, we take it out, the rest should. It might take a little time. I'm not sure exactly what the breakdown would be, but cutting the head off the snake is the way to go there.
Okay, awesome. You're missing a button, like right there. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, are you okay?
Me?
Yeah, you.
What? Oh no! I fell down an entire set of stairs. I'm very sore.
Oh my god!
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You fell down an entire set of stairs?
Like the whole. It was like 13 stories.
Hey,
What
we
the
never get contested roles. Let's do a contested role. That sounds like fun. Tass, why don't you give me like I don't know, grifter, and Megan, why don't you go ahead and give me social worker, I guess.
And I'll aid her because I've lived with this man for like 10 years.
I feel
Oh,
like
they're
I have
gonna get-
I have
Oh,
to call
boy.
on my drama, which is spill the tea. I will not rest until Dad tells me about this.
All right. Well, Kim, why don't you take a fate point
Okay.
for spilling your tea, and just make sure you egg this on endlessly, please.
Okay.
Okay,
So I got a 4 to aid you, Megan.
All right, Megan, that's a +1.
Okay, so I'm at a 3.
Oh, that brings you up to a 3. Well, I rolled a 3 plus 2
Oh,
is a 5.
What do I get anything from Kim?
Oh, can
Do
I
you?
help? I'll help. Okay. Tass.
I think you have to at this
I
point.
think I have to. I have
Oh, that's
I
true.
have a moral obligation. So that's a 5.
That's a 5. All right, that's a +1.
If I made it higher, can I give Megan a +2 if I invoked spill the tea?
I'm gonna say no because she
Damn
she
it.
made it.
Okay.
She's got it. She's
Okay.
got it.
Can I? Oh wait, do I have enough then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, great.
Yeah, you know he didn't fall down no stairs.
Hey
That's
buddy,
a
what you
lie.
up? What'd you do? What sort of
Yeah.
research did you do?
All down 13 flights. You fucking bullshit. What
You're
happened?
glowing.
I had sex and it was awesome. And I'm going to tell you every detail of it. I'm going to tell you every little detail of it. So sit back and listen.
Tass pulls out his own slideshow.
He thinks that's a threat, but everybody like sits down.
Like, mhm.
Fucking good for you. She's hot.
She swung me around like that axe just by the ankles.
I'm a little jealous, actually.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
I love a group of players who are so supportive of each other. It's really beautiful. Inside, somebody said in the chat, inside the backpack, the hand makes a thumbs up.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
All right, let's go get killed by some werewolves, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sore part was true.
Very valid. Okay, so are you going to go to the park during the day to stake the place out? Are you going to wait till after dark? What is your plan?
We should go during the day.
We should
see
probably-
if we get eyes
we
on
should-
somebody.
Yeah, we should go during the day, and sort of get the lay of the land, and then probably go in.
Don't
after.
say lay.
Lay. I'm so proud of you. So jealous of you.
Still want to get this man some orange
So
slices.
jealous of her. I'm jealous of the whole situation.
Cool. So you get in touch with. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm wondering what we can do here during the day as far as like, is there anything we can do to like get some eyes back from the cameras that were destroyed? You know what I mean? Like something we
The
can
cameras
set up.
that were destroyed were internal, so not unless you actually went inside the ride.
Okay. I guess I'm just standing outside and looking at like entrances, like employee exits, things like that.
Okay.
Kind of understanding that as well.
Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you make contact, Devin is not on shift because people gotta sleep, right? But the other security person is aware of your situation. Is willing to meet you at the back gate and let you into the park. And they're basically kind of like hands-free. I don't want to know anything about what you're doing. I don't want you to tell me anything about what you're doing. I just know you're officially supposed to be here doing it. They do suggest that if you need to, you can be fitted for employee uniforms for the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. They take you back to casting and the costuming area where there are all of these super clean RTIF chips installed in the clothes so that they can't be stolen. It's a whole thing, and you're fitted with the uniforms. You're specifically given the uniforms for that area of the park, which are loosely, kind of vaguely lederhosen like.
I love a dirndl.
Can I get one of the character costumes?
No. No, that's far too complicated, and then you would have to have a handler. And
You have to
you know,
audition
the whole
for
thing.
those.
Do you not have an extra Ricky Rat costume laying around that I can
They
just
do not.
borrow?
Also, you're too tall.
Mm.
You're too
Yeah,
tall
I'd
to
be
be.
like
You're too
5
tall to be
foot.
friends with Ricky.
Yeah.
Damn
Yep.
it. Solid.
Kim knows all the terminology, huh? All right, very good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're fitted with your lederhosen. You're ready to go. This is a sentence that I just said. I'm sorry. I had to take a moment.
I don't think
And
I've
you
seen
have-
either of you men in shorts the whole time I've known you.
Oh, really? That's fair. I mean, you've also never seen us from the waist down, so.
Rev, look at those calves.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do
I've
have
seen
Victorian
Rev-
calves.
I've seen Rev in shorts, but I don't think I've ever seen Tass in shorts.
Yeah, probably not.
This is a momentous day for you, Tass.
They will give you stockings for under your shorts if you want them, for whatever
I
that's
do.
worth. Okay, good, yeah.
I do.
You look fantastic.
You both
Well,
look
it's just all the
adorable.
bruising around his knees that he's got to cover up. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Raw.
Wholesome things. We're talking about wholesome things at this beautiful, wholesome family park.
Yeah, yep.
Where nothing bad ever
Standing
happens.
in the middle of this park.
So when she had me hanging upside down. Oh, hold on. This kid's walking by. Give me a second.
Just treating you like Rocky in the freezer.
I love the mental image of like this conversation with this explanation of what happens just interspersedly keeps happening during the whole rest of the episode. And they do give you security passes that will get you into and out of the mountain, and that's pretty much the only place it will get you into and out of because they're clipped and it's a whole thing. So you are in the park. So if we have page 4 up on the Jamboard, here we are outside of Big Frozen Mountain, and there's a line of people. There's always a line of people. It's hard to tell like where they're going. In this particular case, it looks like they've queued up outside of a closed ride, and occasionally like some people have to come by, cast has to come by and tell them, oh no, this ride's closed, you can't wait here, don't spend 3 hours waiting for a ride that's closed, what's wrong with you people? But they say it really sweetly and politely, and then they direct them somewhere else. And it's very, let's reveal some aspects, shall we? It is very crowded. There are a ton of people here. Like, if you've never been to Tokyo or New York, or parts of LA, it's hard to like really process how crowded a crowded space can be. But you can find out if you visit Movieland. It is shoulder to shoulder people in some places, and it is wild that they cram that much humanity in one place. It's a good thing there's not a global pandemic going on. Anyway, everyone feels a little tense. That's another thing that's kind of usual here. It's like everyone is here to have fun, but they have exactly 8 hours to have fun, you know, or they have a weekend to have the best time of their lives, and nothing is going to ruin it. Very common amongst the tourists.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see the difference between the people who are locals and get in on a local pass, who are just kind of enjoying their afternoon, tourists who are here and really buying in and really loving every moment of it, and the really tense people. And unfortunately, they kind of bring down the energy of everyone around them because they are so ready to carry it out. So who would like to give me some kind of social role? to notice a strange behavior amongst the population?
I mean, just based on customer service, like this, I feel like I'm thriving here.
Okay.
You know, this is getting the lay of the land, especially working theater and working will calls and things like that, where there's just that press. I think I'm very conscious of this is an area, this is a group I have to be prepared for, as opposed to they're chill and they're doing their own thing and I don't need to worry about them, etc.
Okay. All right. Throw me a roll.
Okay. Could I don't know that that's investigative enough, but like being keyed in on something like social worker, just that aspect of reading their moods, would that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Woo, that one wasn't as good as I was hoping. 2.
2. All right. No, that's pretty good. That's a nice little overcome. So like there was, like I said, a crowd of people kind of waiting to get in line to a ride that's closed. They got dispersed. And there's one touristy kind of looking person who is unusually tense and is not dispersing. They're still kind of like standing around like they're kind of not really sure where to go, but like they don't want to not be here, if that makes any sense. And I will bring up a picture.
I'm gonna point them out. Like, you're seeing this, like this antsy kind of energy going on. Like they just don't want to bug out.
Do you think we should talk to her?
Yeah, maybe not all of us, so that we don't.
No, yeah,
seem
that'd
like a
be
pack, but,
really
yeah.
intense if like 4 employees
4
talked.
people in Lederhosen approach you.
I'll definitely.
1 or less people in Lederhosen approaching me is what I prefer.
Yeah.
Depends on the circumstances, but yeah, I feel like this would be a little nerve-wracking.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll go up to her.
Okay. She like starts when you approach her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. Is the ride closed?
It is. Are you? I'm sorry. Are you feeling okay?
No, it's really hot.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how hot it is?
It is definitely pretty warm. Why don't you come with me and
why is the ride closed? I have to get on this ride. Why is the ride closed?
There was a kid that puked all over the gears.
Okay, I don't care about puke. I have to go on the ride.
No, it won't work. The ride won't work. Come into the shade, and I'll try to like lead her away from the ride.
Okay, she'll kind of passively follow you, but like there's still this like prickling energy that's coming off of her.
I'm gonna call a couple of other crew members over to give me a hand here, and I like wave my friends over. Okay, does this help a little bit when you're in the shade? Are you feeling okay? Did something happen?
No, I'm here with my husband and kids, and I don't know. Yesterday we were here and there was kind of like a fight, I guess, and somebody pushed me and I don't feel well, but we only have these 2-day passes. If we don't make the most of it, I don't even know what he's...
Do you know where your husband and children are right now?
No, okay. I just had to get on the ride, I think.
When you get pushed, did you get scratched or perhaps bitten?
Are you
I
hurt?
thought I did. I thought I got scratched, but when I looked in the hotel room later, it was fine.
Do you mind if I take a look? Might be a little easier for me to see from a different perspective.
Yeah, fine. And she'll like kind of pull her sleeve up where like, it was clearly like just somebody got pushed back, and when they pushed back, they kind of grabbed onto her arm or something like that. That's where on the arm it would be, but you don't see anything. She looks fine.
Where did this altercation happen? Where did this fight happen?
We were here. My husband fucking loves this ride, and we were over here, and there were a couple of people pissed off because the ride was closed then too. So it's definitely not puke. You don't have to lie to me. I'm not stupid. Sorry, what?
Do you remember when this was yesterday?
I don't know. It was pretty early. We left so early in the morning.
Was this do you remember, was this the first place you came when you woke up? Or when
Yes,
you
of
when you got
course
to
it
the
was,
park?
because that's what he wants. He wants a stupid ride. Sorry.
No,
No.
that's okay.
We're
It's
fi-
there's
we're
a
fine.
yeah. Would you like to get someplace cool? Get something to drink, maybe?
Yeah, but I have to get on that ride. The whole vacation pivots on me getting on that fucking ride. Do you know when it's going to be open?
We can check on that, and obviously you don't want to get on it without your husband, your family.
Yeah, fine.
We kind of know where, we met this other guard. They gave us these uniforms and stuff. Can we flag down someone who's actually an employee with a radio and explain to them, like, oh yeah, if you could take her someplace cool, where she can get a drink of water, she's feeling faint.
Yeah, and they're very quick response to this kind of thing. Like it doesn't matter that they have no idea who you are. You're wearing a uniform, so you must be an employee. There's no way you could know everybody who works here.
Right.
And they're like, oh gosh, yeah, and they immediately take her off to like the first aid center or whatever that's nearby. And you overhear as they're kind of like walking away, she snaps at the guy, and the guy apologizes, and like he mutters something about like her like running a really high fever.
Guys, I read about this. People are getting sick at movie land, and then if you're talking about it, like publicly, like movie land is like disappearing people, or I don't know, like literally, but like definitely in terms of social media and stuff. Like the cover up of this is intense. They don't want to know that anyone's getting sick here.
Okay. Okay, so there was a fight here, and it was outside. We know that like this part of the park is still seen. Maybe we can go back to the security room and see who was in the fight.
Maybe. Also, do we have any silver?
I have the silver steak.
They sure didn't let me bring my machete into movie land.
Oh, they did not check you.
Never mind, I brought my machete into movie land. This is a big day for me.
I'm not sending you guys. What little girl doesn't dream of the day that she gets to bring a machete into movie land?
Finally.
Rev, I've seen you do some like metal stuff. Is there a way that you can make this silver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay, good. So we have that.
I mean, I still have the silver steak that he made silver.
Okay, so that's two.
That's basically it that I have, like the double-ended steak. That's all I have.
I mean, that'll work if he can switch that up too. Just having at least two things would be good, and I'll be bait again. We'll get there. What else were you going to say? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Did you see? I don't know if you guys heard before I called you over, but like, she needed to get on the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed to be that she thought it was because that was her husband's goal of coming here in the first place. So I don't know if that was some sort of like hyperfixation on like what state of mind she was in before she got like infected, or if like the infection is like drawing them here.
Or even like that desire of wolves to be in a pack. Like maybe she can sense on some level that there are more inside and she shouldn't be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
As you guys are discussing this, you hear, Jesus, lady, what the hell is wrong with you?
Oh no.
And the woman goes running past you towards the thing.
Grab her. Oh, I'm going to grab her.
You're going to grab her?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I shouldn't, but that's my impulse.
Yeah, I like that impulse. That's fun. Go ahead and give me an attack, basically.
Okay.
It's quite the face.
Okay, guys, bet on who did worse.
Ooh.
I can't bet against Rev when it comes to rolling well.
Rev rolls rather well.
Okay. How'd you do?
-1.
That beats a -4. So here's what I can do for you. I'm going to give you a choice because it's not a clean win, obviously, here.
Yep.
I'm going to give you an option. You may decide at your pleasure. Do you miss her and she gets past you and into the park, into the ride, or do you tackle her but she scratches you?
I mean,
You already know the answer.
yeah, I get her, but she scratches me. There's no.
Nope.
Welcome to the club.
If
Nice.
I was ever going to be turned into something, it would be probably a wolf.
There we go. Very, very good. All right. So I imagine the camera kind of closes in on Tass as all of the information that he got about werewolves is like kind of floating over his head in that one moment. And then it gets a little filthy, so it cuts away. And but you tackle her. Well, you don't tackle her, but you do grab her and stop her from getting there. And like out of the ether almost, 3 security guards appear. They're just like kind of behind things. They move very quickly. But like it feels like they appear out of nowhere and just get this woman off stage, is what they call it. She's just vanished into the background, and it's almost faster than you can process. They do not give a lick of concern for the fact that you clearly got scratched by something.
Yeah. And I think I stand up pretty quickly and I go over to the 3 of them.
Hey, man, are you okay?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Rev.
I sure hope that thing about the alpha is true, because like I pull the sleeve up a little bit to show.
No,
I pull it back down.
Hey, Rev, it's gonna be okay. Remember when I got bit and it all worked out. We found it. We found the cure. So we're gonna do the same thing for you, okay?
Yeah. And I'm gonna like stop for a second. Do I feel any inclination towards this mountain?
Not yet.
Okay. So I will say that like I'm starting to get like analytical about it. Okay. As of right now, I don't feel the need to be here.
Okay.
So maybe let's do the stuff that isn't here before I can't stop myself from being here.
Okay. And Tass, you said right that people who are infected, they cannot be infected, right? As long as we Okay.
But I don't think it's like if bad comes to worse, wrecking that lady isn't going to do it. I think it has to be the top of the food chain.
Okay.
The source.
Okay.
Rev, I'm just concerned a little bit about if we wait until you need to be here, that not that I think you would do this, but if you're to a point where you can't control yourself, I'm kind of nervous about you maybe switching sides on us.
Yeah.
I mean, what's to be afraid of other than a werewolf who can wield magic?
Well, Revington, because what Tass was saying earlier, if you kill someone, you can't change back, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be done not here?
I think I have something I need to do not here.
Make this silver, please, before you go.
Yeah. If you
I just want to remind you that you're standing in the middle of the park and leader host holding up a machete.
Where are you hiding that? Is like in your backpack?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, I will reach inside and like change it in the backpack. I don't even think to use my wand because it's like
Valid.
Oh, shit.
This is a magical place, right?
It is. That's true.
It's an act.
Yeah, I think I gotta go do something. I will meet you all back here. I have an idea.
Okay.
Cut to the idea. What's the idea?
Yeah, so I think I am back at our place, and I am standing with John.
John. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm like, okay, John, how do you resist the urges that came with your transformation? You know what
I'm
I mean?
sorry.
Like, you know,
Oh man, is this that brain eating thing? I don't do
no, 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 no.
that.
I know, but do you know how or why that you don't feel those impulses as opposed to other people who have been turned?
I mean, it depends on kind of how you end up turned. Mine was a curse by a warlock. Like it was
Oh,
a
poor
pretty
baby.
serious thing.
Okay. So it's not like you were
I
bit
get
and
the
you
impulses, but there's a lot of pharmaceuticals out there. You know what I mean, man?
do you have any you could share?
He gives you a look like that is the stupidest thing anyone has ever asked him.
Let me explain my situation to you. And I will go through to
Mhm.
just like, yep, werewolf. I need a way to fight this impulse because it seems like in less than 24 hours at least, this is gonna get bad for me. And the whole like, there's someone we can kill. It may make me better, but if
Yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
happen, is there a way that I can keep pushing this off to still be myself mostly?
Yeah, man. Yeah, all right. So he'll like go into his bag of goodies and he'll give you basically two pills.
Okay.
Okay. One of them is a medicinally appropriate thing that is not street legal in this context. You would
Mhm.
normally you would need a doctor for it, let's say,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and it is for staying relaxed. And the other one, it looks like it's some kind of like it's a clear pill, and it's got like some kind of herb or plant in it.
Mhm.
And he says this one will keep you calm and chill. This one is gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
And
You decide when you need which.
gotcha.
Okay. Good luck, man.
Thanks. And in case I don't see you again, it's good to meet you, John.
You'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it. It's not so bad being a werewolf.
I mean, no offense, but out of all the things I could pick, that's probably the one I would pick.
Oh yeah, this gig sucks.
Yeah, I will say goodbye to John.
Okay. All right. Very cool. What are the rest of you doing while you have the day to yourself at the park in your lederhosen?
Man, I'm really gonna miss Rev.
Just preparing for that. No problem.
Too bad he already sold most of his comic book collection.
What are you gonna say at this funeral?
Yeah, I wonder what stuff of his I might like. You think he'd leave me some cool shit? Just in
Maybe,
case.
yeah.
Maybe?
Y'all are cold.
No.
Tass knows this. It is in my living will that I want everyone to say nice things about me, even if you have to lie.
It's right
Especially if you have to lie.
Especially if you have to.
Okay. So what should we do, guys?
Somebody in the chat says Rev scored drugs in El lederhosen, I guess.
I was just waiting for and just hands you just black tar heroin. Just just like
So
this
Kiro
whole
Nails, John.
maybe to it. Oh God. John, what the hell?
Yeah, I think that while we're still here, we'd probably go check out the videotape like we had discussed earlier, see if we can glean anything from this fight that had already happened.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Definitely. I like that idea. All right. Why don't one of you give me a general, like, kind of a charm person roll to talk your way back into that booth for those videos?
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
I
Good.
got it.
you got this.
Trying to see what I can add on here. Can I sell you on I want to invoke a quintuple threat. I've auditioned for a lot of times for like parades and stuff at Movie Land and stuff like that. And so I, and I have a
Nice.
lot of friends who are cast members, and trying to sort of pull on that, being like, oh, you know this person, I know this person, they worked in costuming, they did this. And so yeah, so that's going to be that's a 4.
That's a 4. That's very lovely. All right. The head of security, who is ultimately who let you in, he is an elderly, elderly. He's an older gentleman, not quite retirement age, 40, 50. I'm 40, 50 or so. He is a tall, must have been quite a looker in his youth, African American fella who will eagerly tell you that he has worked at the park for like 40 years. Like he's an old timer. And he's got some stories. And as soon as you open yourself up to being interested in those stories, he'll tell you pretty much anything you want to know. He is only too happy to show you the video from yesterday because
Awesome.
He's flattered that you're flattered and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
And he takes a shine to the three of you really quickly. You can see why he's the daytime security boss rather than Devin. Very easily, you can see why. So you sit down and you watch the video, and it was basically a very similar thing to what you saw today. There was a group of people waiting to get on the ride, eager, insistent, in fact, and then you could see the woman and her husband and her 2 kids. They're older kids. They didn't look really like they were really excited about the ride, but you could see that she and her husband had been bickering about it, like in that kind of like quiet fight kind of way. Very much keeping up the appearances, but you can tell that they are just mad as shit at each other. And it's someone else who gets told by a cast member that you can't go in there. The cast member is like, look, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. And this other person, let's say with a red baseball cap for whatever reason, shoves the employee, and there's kind of a mix up there. It kind of turns into a whole thing. And a bunch of security guards appear out of nowhere, just as they did today. And it's one of the security guards actually who grabs the woman and moves her out of the way of the kind of tumble. And it looks like in that moment, you don't get a good look at them, but it looks like in that moment that might have been when she was scratched.
Ah, dang it.
Did I just see that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this lines up stuff. God, I think Devin has something to do with this then too, because he fell into line real quick when somebody stepped up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Harold, the chief of security, says, I'm sorry, what'd you say about Devin, son?
We had this weird encounter when we met him where
He kind of a weird energy from Devin.
Harold nods. He agrees with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Devin right there. He points. looks like, why are we gasping? Some wrong kids.
Oh,
You're
boy.
right. I didn't recognize him on the camera, but you're right. I mean, we've only
He's
talked.
not usually here during the day. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So if there are guests that become
Ill
or need to be taken elsewhere, like we were kind of seeing in this video, where might they be taken?
Well, I mean, guests who are sick get taken over to medical care, and then they're taken out of the park if it's serious. If it's a problem with security, like the fellow there who did the pushing initially, he would have been removed from the park and made very clear that he would not be returning to the park anytime soon. Generally speaking, those guys get tossed out, and then we stick a bunch of lawyers on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He gets up and he goes and he takes a look through some paperwork and he pulls out, I got a report on that guy. He was he kind of fought with a couple of people about drinking more than he probably should have over at the bay. It was kind of a whole thing. Like, these guys pop up. It happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Okay. So we think that guy was just disgruntled,
Yeah.
and
And
Devin
Devin. Yeah.
is marking people. Oh, crap. Okay, so what do we... Yeah, why hire us?
Why were we hired?
Well, maybe, honestly, he may... he's not like a boss. Like, he's in charge of a little thing, but if somebody up the chain said, do this, he probably didn't have a choice.
Is there something wrong with Devin, kids?
Yeah, there's something wrong with Devin.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, he's overnight security at a place like this, Takes a certain kind of person. A little weird.
Okay,
I'm here
fair.
because it's a family place, but after dark, it's not a family place anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I guess I don't know exactly what you mean. What kind of person?
I don't know. He's got a temper. He kind of gets weird, forgetful. Like he'll see you one day and then kind of forget that he had the conversation with you later. A little short-tempered. I mean, it's fine for night work. That's why he ended up on the night shift. But I don't know. It's a little tweaked. Takes all kinds. That's what I say.
So it might. So Devin loses time sometimes.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Maybe if he's always been here, last night he didn't have this itch to get into the place. Maybe he is our alpha.
Maybe.
I think we need to talk to Rev about this.
Yeah, Harold,
let's
I'm
wait.
so sorry. We're taking up so much space in this very small room, but thank you so much for letting us view the tape. Congrats on 40 years. And have a magical day.
You too, kid. Thanks so much. Stay careful out there, huh?
Uh-huh.
You too. Oh, and if you happen to see Devin, just don't go near him. Just don't go near him.
If Devin were to ever come at me, son, I'd take care of him. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, I like you.
He knows.
Yeah, I think we head back up to wait for Rev.
Okay.
Holy
And then we
shit.
can fast forward to Rev arriving.
Yeah. Did you
What's
learn
the
anything
plan?
interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure that so Devin's a werewolf. Probably, definitely infected that lady. Scratched her.
Yep.
Okay. So
Don't understand why.
But it seems that he's losing time, so it could very well maybe that he doesn't know that he's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's losing time, but he's losing time that he's having conversations with people.
Yeah.
It's not like he's transforming and then it comes back and is like, oh, I don't remember the last couple days.
Uh-huh.
He's interacting with people and then not remembering that later when he's again interacting with people.
Yeah.
Tass, does that make any sense with werewolf stuff?
I mean, not explicitly, but they only really do that full kind of transform situation at the appropriate times, right? So, but if he's still infected, that isn't to say that isn't still in him.
So he's still infectious even when he's not turned.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe the losing time is when, like, the fever gets really bad or something. Like, if he's actively infected, I mean, that's a pretty common thing of losing memory and moments when you've got a really high grade fever.
Yeah. How are you feeling, Rev? Can I feel his forehead?
This is such a waste of time. You should be doing something. Why are they wasting your time, Rev?
Hey, Rev, are you okay?
Yeah, we should we like if you found that it's him, why don't we go after him or go check out the mountain?
Okay, yeah, he could be in there.
Do we feel like we're prepared enough to go in?
I just wanted to make sure that we had like all the information like before we like go like charging in.
And I mean, what did you do while you were gone? You said you had to go prepare something. What have you set up?
Yeah, I got some medicine from John and I hold up a single pill
how
to
was
help me
John?
keep calm. Good.
Okay.
Come on, let's walk and talk.
Okay.
Or, like move us closer towards the mountain.
Camera's moving as you guys are headed in that direction, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he's in there, why would he hire us? Unless he thought we were too stupid to do the job.
But like what? Like I don't understand. Maybe he just hired us. He had said that he, had pressure to clear this out, so he needed to hire. He had the option to hire whomever he wanted.
Yeah, that's my point. If he had to hire someone, then he hired us. It's because he thought we couldn't do it.
Hey,
yeah.
Okay, buddy. Let's take it down like a few notches, Rev.
Yeah.
We
didn't do this, so like just relax. We'll figure it out.
Like you're the one who like accidentally hit accept on this job.
Yeah, you're the one that like took it, so
Hey, it's not my fault your phone is set to auto accept. Like everyone else in this group has it set so you have to put in your code before the job's accepted.
Hey,
wow.
You're not gonna fucking talk to me like that, all right? Take a step back now.
I am scratcher. No, I'm kidding.
Look, you're our boss when we're doing the show, but right now we're a fucking team, okay?
I think I start running towards the mountain.
Rev!
Please take a fate point, and yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna huck a bottle of antibacterial hand soap at him as he goes.
It does nothing.
Oh shit!
I tried.
I run after him. I'm fucking fast.
Well, shall we move that board over into the ride?
Yeah.
Oh
into
no.
slide 5. All right. So you will observe that this particular area is going to be a zone map. And I gave you guys little pink tabs with your name on them so we can keep track of where our characters are.
Yeah.
And we're going to start over here in the ride queue because that's where you have the login for it.
Mm-hmm.
The area here, just for the sake of things, is surprisingly damp. There's just, it's just wet.
Oh.
And it's hot. Like this is supposed to be like an icy wonderland, but it is hot in here. Hot and damp, and not in the Viking kind of way.
Oh man,
Boy.
what is happening?
And yeah, so it's my apologies if this just got hit and I went crazy. We followed Rev up to this point. What is the situation?
What is the situation? So he rushes through, and the kind of the security card it's a zone thing. It beeps and lets him through.
Okay.
And yeah, because that's convenient for the story.
Yep.
And so what the queues are is basically it's where all the little trains come and wait.
Yeah.
And because the ride is shut down right now, there's just a whole lot of these trains lined up along this thing.
Rev, hey, sit.
What is the level of like, how do I answer this question? What is the level of agitation being increased? Does that question make sense? Like I don't want to push it too far if it's not worked that far into my system.
Right. Let's say it's like when you have a cold sore, and like no matter what you say or do, that cold sore kind of like kind of gives you a little
Yeah.
It's about that level. It's
Okay.
a cold sore level.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
cold sore level.
I just if he thinks that he brought us in here because we can't do this, we have to kill him. He is the cause, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know if we know that for sure, but I mean, if what you're saying is true and he brought us in here because he's underestimated us, Good. Fucking let him underestimate us. That'll work in our advantage.
Yeah.
It's gonna be helpful for us. We just have to figure out what we're doing in here.
Exactly. We are successful because we take the party pause and we set up what we need to set up instead of the wolfy stuff like rushing in. This is wolfy stuff.
My time is very limited.
I know.
I know.
And you're doing such a good job, but we have.
No, I don't mean like in the sense of my time is limited before this pulls me. My time is limited in how strong this is before I'm not going to be of any help to you whatsoever.
Okay, so
There's going to be a big line between me not being helpful and me being against you.
Okay.
What did you get from John?
This pill is supposed to like help me relax.
Okay.
That sounds like a.
Okay, what about the other one?
I only pulled out one.
Great.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you relaxed. Sounds very good. Do you think that that's something you should take now? Well, you can, or is that something you need to give to somebody else to make you take? That sounds crazy. Like I know.
Yeah, no.
That's not good. But like when like, do we need to wrap in cheese or something first for like?
Stick in like half of a hot dog.
Yeah,
Peanut butter.
like a pill pocket to get you to. Like I don't want to force feed you a pill, but like I just don't know how much control you're gonna have over yourself to be able to take it unless you take it like now, or how long that'll work, or what that means to chill you out. Are you gonna still be useful in that sense?
What?
I don't know. If you take
Rev,
say it to me in like 5 words.
Can you I can't
take
okay.
now or
calm beast.
Right?
Yeah. Do you want should you take the pill right now, or should you give it to someone else so that we can administer it to you later?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, that's a good question.
That's
Thank you.
I meant. Sorry,
I
too many words.
Oh my god, you have to stop.
I'm sorry.
Just give me a second to think.
Sorry. I'm gonna...
Okay, I can give it to one of you. Like I have control still. So I can give it to you so that you can give it to me when it seems like I'm not going to. Or I can take it now and just know that I'll be okay for a little while. And then if it takes longer, I'm going to be right back here.
I still vote that one instead of having to pin down the puppy to try to force the pill down its throat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will take that pill and then I will produce the second pill. So if it gets bad, like this is a stronger one, if I turn, give me this one. And I think I give it to Megan because she has seemed the most like capable of giving like a dog a pill against its will.
It's a very unique aspect.
Yeah.
Capable of giving a dog. Yeah.
So if it seems like I am at the point of turning, give me that one and it will solve the problem.
Okay. Do you want sorry. Do you want a code word where if you feel like the chill is gonna wear off?
Yeah. Avocado.
Okay.
If I say avocado, give me the pill.
Yep, that tracks. Okay.
That's a word I would never say.
Yeah,
I think they're gross.
That's true. I know. Think they're gross.
It's true.
I quit. I'll see you guys.
Okay.
Are
you feeling better now? A little more relaxed?
Am I?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go right now.
Okay.
Cool. So that you guys kind of you're settled, you're ready to go, you turn around. There are 3 people kind of standing at the other end of the area watching you.
Shit.
Oh.
Eee.
They look very unwell.
Oh no. Friends of yours, Rev?
Do they look, sound, or smell familiar?
They look like they need their asses kicked.
I think these are some of the people we have to get through to get to whoever's in charge. And I pop my neck.
Rev, I know that we're monster hunters, but I don't really just want to just kill a bunch. Okay, sure. They're sick.
Is there any I know a lot of this is just faux stuff, for a line. Is there anything wooden or that looks wooden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Because
no.
fuck it. I want it whatever. If it's part of a railing or a board or a sign, I want to rip off a piece of wood and hold it up and shake it back and forth a little. And I want to huck it as far as I can out of the direction that we want to go.
I knew what you were going to do, and I knew that there was nothing that I could do to stop this suggestion, and so therefore I must encourage it instead. I don't know what you roll for that. What do you roll to get relatively shaky?
I don't know.
Let's go grifter, because you're trying to kind of get them to behave in an instinctive way that maybe they shouldn't.
I like it. I dig it. I'll take it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm very good at this job. It's fine.
Okay. 3.
3. Do you want to add anything to that? Do you want to
You definitely have a
reference
selfie related to a similar experience with this.
That too.
We got all kinds of stuff on that previous board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tag stuff from there. You're good.
Oh man,
yeah, that's true.
You could tag your snoo.
That was my thought. You're all
Yeah.
limber now.
I'm feeling quite invigorated and limber. I think I really fucking huck this thing. This thing catches the wind and frisbees and just...
It's this is not the first time today I've thrown wood.
I'm so glad you made the joke so
There
that I
it
did
is.
not have to.
There it is.
Woo! Excellent.
All right. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna say that let's just say 2 of them go running immediately after, because and they don't seem to really even realize that that's what they're doing. There's not a lot of cogency. There's not a lot of self-awareness. It seems like they're very much behaving by instinct. The last of them, kind of a bigger one. He might have been, he's got that MMA vibe to him. You know what I mean? And he kind of he hunkers down a little bit and starts walking towards you menacingly. Even though you've outnumbered him, he's still kind of headed in your direction, like he's going to figure out. He's feeling you out.
I produce the silver machete.
Ooh.
I think I take out my silver stake and I stand next to her.
Yeah.
He steps back 2, 3, 4, kind of fades into the shadow of the area.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's good. I think that's good.
I think that's good. I think he was a little scared of us, Megan.
Yeah, I think Kim and I have experience having to hold our head up high and stand defiant.
Yeah.
In the face of much taller men who might otherwise think us less capable.
Exactly. Should we keep going?
Yeah.
I think so. I think we keep going.
What other choice do we have?
What other choice do we go? All right.
Machete out, chin up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. You move then down into the ride track, which is a long spiraling pathway. And you have a map, so you have a rough idea of kind of how you're following the path, but it is dark. There's nothing here but emergency lighting. In the distance or at certain parts as you're passing through what would be like a kind of a display or a little vignette that would play, you can hear the soft motor sounds and occasional chattering of still active animatronics. There's no music playing.
Off.
But they're out there in the shadows somewhere. And the difficulty is because you can kind of hear those machines moving and doing their thing, other than the security lights and the hum of the basic electronics that run the place. It's hard to tell if you would hear soft-footed movement or, like if there's anyone else in the shadows. Is it an animatronic or is it a werewolf? It's hard to say. So your paths can kind of take you to an area that's still under construction, or it can take you over to the control room. What do you think?
I mean, if someone is going to be in charge, maybe they're in the control room, and the construction would be like where other people are setting up.
The control room might have some of its own cameras, or a way for us to maybe look at what's going on where it's under construction,
or maybe get some extra lighting so we can have a bit better visual.
Yeah, it's really hard to see in here.
I feel like that's a good idea.
Okay.
So I think we're going to the control room.
And
Alright.
as we head down that way, can I kind of stop in this alley and just stop and really listen and start sniffing to see if I sense anyone else that smelled like those three that backed away?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but this whole area to you smells like urine.
Fair. Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
unusually so.
Or the werewolf.
And specifically this direction.
Yes, it is definitely stronger in that direction.
Something has marked this direction. I don't think intentionally.
With chalk or
no, think more like a wolf.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yep,
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
As you pause to identify the scent, you do hear somewhere else over towards the construction area, you hear a "Howl," and then a little bit closer, "Howl," and then in the direction of the control room.
Oh, I think we picked the right direction.
I think we might have found the alpha.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It is a security door. You have the pass to get in, but what are you going to do?
Is there a window?
There's a little tiny window on the door.
I want to look through the little tiny window on the door.
Okay. It's a security room. The lighting is emergency low, but you don't really see anything specific inside. Or control room. It's not a security room.
No other entrances? Damn it.
I don't see anything in there.
Well, we definitely heard something.
If there's one thing I know about dogs, and I knock on the door.
God. Okay. Yeah, you hear a huge snarl, like an animal snarl, way too big to be a dog. And then the door buckles, like it's a solid metal door and buckles.
Oh, okay. I didn't see anything, but it's definitely in there.
Okay.
All right. Ladies, you have the silver.
Thunk again.
Oh, Rev.
Yep.
I think you have to open the door. I'll stand out here and try to draw it towards me.
No. Draw it towards me.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to want to fight me.
Yeah, okay, I'll get the door.
Yeah, so I will run a little bit down.
Sit on either side of it.
Yeah, Megan and I are on either side of the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so
cool.
First, okay, so we're by this control room and we went through the right track.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna grab a part, if there's any sort of signage or anything sitting around, anything in this environment that I could use to put in front of the door, so that when this thing when Tass opens the door, this thing runs out. I'm hoping that it will trip it up.
Yeah, go ahead, create an advantage for that. I'll give you that one because that's interesting.
It's like that dog that's running and then it runs at that swing set.
I make us feel bad for this dog.
I know, but dogs aren't always great at seeing obstacles until they're oh shit, and then they stumble and come back up. Oh, okay. what is, I think that's good. Okay, so I got a 4.
You got a 4. All right. Very, very cool. So you have an aspect that you can call on there, and it's going to be, like trip up or whatever, as you like. But the door comes open, the trip is set, and that thing, it is a black, massive shape, kind of silvered fur here and there, but it is mostly black. And but for its glowing, golden eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell its features apart because it is so dark. And it is moving at Rev so fast that you can barely track it. Rev, give me a defend action, please.
Okay. Boy, I think
And
this is going to be
yes.
Survivor because I was kind of waiting for this attack.
Yeah.
I'm at a 5.
Mm-hmm.
There is like a benefit to even defending high, right? Like if you
Oh, yeah.
defend over. Okay.
Yeah, you
So
take a shift.
I'm gonna invoke one of the points from Leader of the Pack. Like instead of watching the pack fight, just the videos of also 2 wolves fighting. So that'll be a 7.
Okay, that's very nice. Yeah, the trap kind of maybe trips him up a little bit, but not enough that it affects the roll. But yeah, so I'm sorry, you had a 7?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that is not enough for a shift. You have to beat him by 2 at least for that. But you do manage to not be harmed. So hey,
Okay.
congrats on that one. Rev
Okay.
moves way faster than you guys ever remember seeing him move.
Jeez.
It's just like the wolf is going and Rev was there and now he's just a little to the right. Who's doing that? Go.
Well, while the wolf is maybe wondering where the heck Rev went, I sure want to run up behind it and try to hit it with my silver machete.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to re-roll all of those 4 negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Yeah, you're just getting the bad roll out of your system. It's fine.
And that is better. And then I'm going to hey, remember when I chopped the head off of a cultist? That fucking rocked with this very machete. And so that's gonna be also a 7.
Also a 7. Ooh, that is very, very good. Okay.
Nice.
You drive that thing. Machetes are like a slashing weapon and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with werewolves is that they heal real, real quick.
Yeah.
So you come down, you slash at him, and like you can even see the wound kind of like closing behind as the slash goes through. But then the body reacts to the silver, and it's basically like now your machete is kind of stuck in his shank. You
Shit.
can hear it sizzling. It's hurting him. He is howling, but you're kind of stuck in there for the moment.
I think I'm
Who's next?
looking around to anyone else.
Megan, give him the pill.
Okay, and I run and I jump on its back. And I grab the pill and I want to grab it by the snout and pull it back. And I want to throw the pill in, and then I'm going to grab by the underside of its jaw and pull straight back and then massage its throat.
I have to do that to hurry every morning.
Let's say medic, because that's biology that you're using against this guy.
Okay. I think I have a medic point. Oh boy.
I think
Where's
you
my
do.
thing here? Okay.
And don't forget, you can tag lots of aspects on the board if your roll isn't great. Don't sweat it.
Okay, so that's a 1.
Okay.
That's a 1.
And then let's see. Let's tag some stuff. Bloop bloop bloop. What do we have? Can I tag the invoke the standard silver in that it's disrupted by the silver in the machete, so it's not
Absolutely
able to throw me off as easy.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's +2, So that's a 3. What else? What else could I do here?
Maybe tripped up.
Yeah, I think the tripped up one as well. I think it just adding to the kind of disorientation of all of these like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah,
not as easy to fight off.
Yeah.
So 3, so 4, 5, I believe.
4, 5. Okay. You get that pill down his mouth. That is not a problem for me.
Yes.
And because I'm aware of the time, so what basically happens is you get that pill down his throat and he starts like twitching. The whole body starts shaking. And in the process, the two of you young ladies are thrown far from the body.
Ow.
It turns and like it's kind of like its jaw is kind of like hanging too loose and kind of like some of its fur is falling off in patches. It turns and you can see that even as it's like struggling to even move, it is trying to get at Rev. And with its kind of like final effort, it jerks forward and its jaw snaps just short of Rev and it collapses. The meat and tissue of the wolf, the hair fall off in like huge, massive, clotted clumps. And beneath is a naked man familiar to you. And that's where I'll leave you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Very good.
Oh,
Nice job, guys.
Very good.
oh, so good.
I'm sorry I had to yell at you all.
That's okay.
It was good.
No, you did a great
was-
job of
it
both
was very good.
showing anger without
wow.
being actually abrasive. That was really good. Nice job.
Thanks. All right. So there is going to be a slight schedule adjustment. We're not sure if it's going to be next Monday or the Monday after, but Megan is not going to be here on one of those Mondays. So we're actually going to push. We have a break between iHunt and Masks. We have that break there in case something like this happens, so we're going to use it. So we will let you know. We'll still be here Monday night streaming something, but we are going to take a 1-week pause either next week or the week after, so that we don't not have Megan or find ourselves an episode short of this, because we want neither of those things to be true. So we will let you know via social media, also probably in the intro if we happen to know ahead of time. But either way, we will still be here that Monday streaming something. Kim, what do we got?
Hey, hold on. Just updating our schedule. So let's talk about upcoming streams. So tomorrow, somehow Rev and I made Spicy Tuesday a thing where we play games and then just chat just gets. They're not even spicy games. It's just chat gets spicy in and of itself. And so So I will be playing something tomorrow. I don't know what yet. But please join me and please spice up the chat. Please spice up my life.
Yeah.
I think Rev will be joining me later.
Yeah. I've got to do some fight choreography, but then I will join when I get home.
Yeah. So
actually, they play a game and they just talk about their favorite spices. It's it's a very interesting culinary centric stream. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Spoiler alert: paprika.
Oh, good. All right, so yeah, I'll be playing something tomorrow. Thursday, April 1st at 7 p.m. Mystery Detectives. We are going to be playing Nancy Drew, The Captive Curse. The costume theme. We're going for like curses, whatever curses mean to you. Also, it takes place in Germany, so if you still have your Lederhosen from Movie Land, you can just roll that into Thursday.
Yeah, it was very, very thematically similar to today's episode of iHunt. It's wonderful.
It's like I knew.
Perfection.
And then Monday at 8 p.m. Might be iHunt, might be something, but regardless, we're gonna be here at 8 o'clock. Z-Mage says, "How are you gonna get spicier than tonight?" I don't know. We're gonna sure try though. Speaking of, thank you to all of our followers and subs that joined this stream. So thank you, Yadrafe, Dark Kululu, Lanhe, and Now Try This Cast for the follow. Thank you, Carrie and LJ, for the subs. And of course, thank you, Carrie, for the 1,000 bits in honor of Tass climbing the White Tower. We're very proud of you. Also, we are having a cosplay contest. The Crit Show is turning 3 years old at the end of May. Aww, so happy for it. And so we are celebrating by having a cosplay contest. So what you can do is now through May 21st, send us your photos of Crit Show cosplay. It does not have to be from the main show. It can be from Perilous Tides, can be from any of our Tales from the Omniverse, can be from the Omniverse Chronicles. I'd love to see a John or a White Tower. It would be fucking dope.
Oh, I'd love to see a John.
So good.
Would be amazing. And so you can email those to us. You can send it via our website. You can post it on Twitter at the Crit Show or hashtag Crit Show Cosplay. I will find it. And we are accepting cosplay submissions now through May 21st, and then we will be announcing winners on May 26th. We're gonna have 3 winners just because one's not enough, and the prizes are to be determined, but I assure you they will be great. Anything else?
I don't think so. We're kind of brainstorming some I almost said spicy prices. No, not spicy prices. Just prizes.
We're sending the Viking to your house.
Neutral.
Very neutral. Safe for everyone prizes.
Spiceless prizes.
Spiceless prizes.
Superb.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I think that is it. Thank you everybody for joining us, and if nothing else, we'll see you on Thursday.
I'll see you Tuesday.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
I'll see you Tuesday for Spicy Tuesday.
Same spicy time, same spicy channel.
Gross. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.